Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly and a baseball bat.
That was another one I did not understand. Or
I mean,
It's not for the lyrics because they don't make any sense.
There's a much better banana song that I grew up on, but I can't. It's ruined.
Narwhals with narwhals swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion.
It's just what's the one where there's just it's a bunch of like puppet animation cows.
Stop, Gretel.
Cows.
animation.
There's Badger.
I cannot speak fast enough to do Nyan Cat.
Brain rot has not.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It's like, no, you don't want cows in a field. You want crowns in a field. I'm like, no, I want cows. It's like, so you want crows in a field?
You're just like, motherfucker.
I want cows.
You heard me.
Maybe I'm making something up because I can't find it. Oh,
there was a black metal cover of.
Okay, were they like? What happened? Because
I feel like they would like merge and shit.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. That's real.
Oh.
Okay.
That's actually a thing.
Okay.
It was like it's up there with like body horror, like people who do stuff like that.
You guys remember
it is right
Fred,
up there, like an inspiration for those people.
the most subscribed YouTuber on YouTube.com?
Yeah, his son is John Cena.
True.
He was always in the fridge. Like,
There was somebody who said that like every scene with John Cena and Fred in it looked like it was about to turn into the weirdest gay porn you've ever seen.
Ugh.
Very flat-looking movies.
Yeah, I think that's literally what it is. It's got the same lighting as a porn movie.
We've got to light that stage up. Light it up. Floodlights. Got that.
Let's make it the most open air room you've ever seen. Give it as much lighting as physically possible, like lights on in the day level lighting, and all sheets and all couches will be white.
Whose idea was it to have Fred jumping up on their bed singing "Shorty Fire Gonna Burn a Hole in This Dance Floor," whatever the fuck it is? Well, John Cena just stands there like, "This is my son." Who's Nickelodeon? What are you doing?
Well, I mean, we know what Nickelodeon was doing.
Yeah, because they immediately was like, "This failed." Annoying Orange?
You are a failure.
Annoying Orange, right? That's what the kids want.
Forgot Annoying Orange also had a show.
Just a reminder, Annoying Orange has lasted longer than the South did. Yeah.
Yeah. Doobus Goobus had the single best.
States' rights to do what?
States' rights to do what? Get Douglas.
States' rights to do what?
You just really into that part. I really wonder why that is. States'
rights to do what?
All right.
Oh, it's our heritage.
I'm going to yank the reins back to the right direction.
We started yet?
Yes.
When did we start? When during that conversation did we start?
It's been
around Fred, I think. Maybe.
What?
No, it was when I brought up the cows. It was when I brought up the cow. Of course. You know me. I start this right fucking time.
This is the best content to capture. Are you kidding?
Exactly. I was just reminiscing about our brain rot we grew up with. Come on.
Well, you guys just lost the game.
Fuck. Oh, well, I add that. I have a counter. Hold on.
I have a feeling you do that on purpose every time we do this.
Oh,
well, I remember it.
She knows I have
because there's a counter for it. What? There wouldn't be a counter for it if it didn't.
No, she just specifically hates me and wants to remind me that I have no purpose or value in this world.
I lose the game
love.
constantly because they Linus Tech Tips doesn't understand the joke. So everyone just goes up to him and is like, "You lost the game, by the way," in videos and stuff. And everyone else is like, "No," and he's just like, "What's going on? I don't get this. What is the game? How did I lose?"
Okay, so Dusty, why is it super in character that you were the one here in this group that probably is most consistent in watching just weird tech videos?
Because I like tech. I'm a tech guy.
I
You
like
read
something
Mark
else
S.
that
Brownlee?
kind of almost rhymes with
I
that.
have a like a
Jack?
90s brother typewriter on my shelf
Yeah.
that works just because it makes cool noises.
That's the word.
Gretel, get down from there. Cat.
I controlled rewind. I want Fortnite and Mark S. Brownlee.
God damn it.
He's never gonna get to live that down.
It's
No.
rewind time.
Oh my god.
That's hot.
I just
Was that
opened
the
up...
last ever rewind?
No, there was one more.
There was
They
one,
did
but
a
it
top
wasn't
10.
anything like that one.
Yeah, no one counts it.
So technically,
They
yes,
did a
it's
top
the
10,
last real rewind.
Did you see the Odd Ones Out's video on it?
Every time I
No.
think of The Odd Ones Out, I just think of the fact that he has a TV show on Netflix.
Yeah. So the Odd Ones Out did a video saying we need them back because even when they were bad, at least it was something that the YouTube community came together to watch. And even if we made fun of it, it was still like this. It did its job of uniting everyone in a weird way. We don't have that anymore. And then he was in that last one that was super cringe.
Yeah.
And he explained how like no one understood what the animators needed to animate well.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a very funny video where they were doing the "In My Feelings" challenge. But if you remember in that one, there's just a part of like 30 seconds, a bunch of YouTubers are dancing. That's not the "In My
No.
Feelings" challenge, though. If you remember what the "In My Feelings" challenge was, it was people would do that dance while their car slowly rolled forward. If you would remember this.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
I don't
YouTube.
remember that.
Yeah,
What?
that was so popular that YouTube had to put it in, but they were like, but that's actually like unsafe. So they didn't have the
Yes.
cars in. But everyone was like, but then that's not the challenge. We're just dancing to a song.
I'm so proud of this community.
I'm so proud of this.
I remember
K-pop.
like huh? I remember like in the 2016 rewind, I think, where like 2016 was the year where it was all like commentators and shit. And everybody was weirdly upset that like Leafy or iDubbbz weren't in there. And I was like, do you really think?
Was that
Do
the
you
year of
really
the bridge
think-
incident?
Huh?
Was that the year PewDiePie had the bridge
I
incident?
think so, actually.
Oh no.
It's like, do you really think that iDubbbz or Leafy or any of the
No, I gotta
commentary
Google it. I don't remember what
YouTubers
year.
were like able to do rewind without getting banned? Because like the amount of
God,
scrutiny
dude.
on their channel it would take for them to get in rewind would also get them banned.
I really hope that people like the sounds of mechanical keyboards at home.
Sorry, I'm typing.
Like I said,
I
I
figure
really
out
hope
what
people
year
like the
that
sounds of
the
mechanical.
bridge thing happened. Hang on.
I
Yes.
just found a Reddit link from 6 years ago, and someone asked the question, "What made PewDiePie say the N-word on that bridge?"
Oh, I see.
He got possessed.
We need to stand by PewDiePie. We have to make gamer moments a thing so we can protect ourselves.
Real gamer
no.
moment.
It was just a gamer moment. It's fine.
No.
I remember the people who were like genuinely like super defending him, and it's like, I like PewDiePie as much as the next guy. This is like the one thing he's done that I'm like, I really don't know how well I could defend that. I don't think it's a winning battle to defend that.
Yeah.
By the way, the keyboard thing reminded me of something that I heard today that absolutely made me very upset.
What is
Yeah.
this?
I
Is
was
it
just
about the games you've been playing?
no.
Shit. Fine.
That's right. You can't transition me.
Fine.
Only I can do that.
What? You're
I can't-
transitioning?
What?
Oh,
Am I?
Twinsies.
No, I was watching videos and I scrolled onto one where it was the most ASMR eating celery you've ever heard, like to the point of you could hear the sounds of the lips moving. And it made me so, and there's not like a moment of silence, but it's literally immediately as soon as the video begins. So the moment you scroll onto it, it is this nasty wet lip noise and then just crunch, and it
but
I was ready to commit murder.
did they at least make it funny and made sure that the celery soaked up a bunch of red so it looked like a murder scene?
No, that's the thing. The video itself wasn't even about that was just an audio they used. And then they had like a text thing on top of it. So not only are you forcing me to read in a video format website, but also you're making me hear that sound.
I'm going to, if I win the lottery, right? I'm going to make a movie studio, and the production logo will be the worst logo you've ever seen, with that as the sound effect that plays every time it comes up on screen.
I would never watch anything that they are associated with ever. Even though you are one of my best friends, I would never.
2017, that's when he happened.
2017. So
the way you emphasize that, it's like you were expecting it to be 1917 or something. Like, oh, 2017.
As that lady in the most recent Dukes of Hazzard movie said, "Welcome to the 21st century, assholes."
There's
a recent Dukes of Hazzard movie?
No, it's not at all. It's like 2005, but it's still the most recent.
Yeah, 2005 is recent.
I was gonna
it was
say
only 19 years ago.
I was only 7.
It was only 5.
I was only out there playing my PlayStation 2 Lego Star Wars Episode 2 or whatever.
I think I was eating glue at that point, so
I wasn't huge on glue. It didn't taste good.
Oh no, I wasn't either.
Smelled better than it
It
tastes.
is a funny thing to refer to yourself as doing it, being a child.
Eating glue. 7, I was probably taking it seriously. I was probably at the daycare where the most fun day would be. We're not going on a field trip. We're not going outside. We have cleaned the tables and we have covered them in shaving cream.
Okay, but yes, that was definitely a thing in elementary school. That was always fun. Or when they gave you fake money.
Yes. Did you never play in shaving cream?
No, but I am also incredibly texture sensitive, so that I would have died.
Oh, trust me, I enjoyed it while it happened, but then I died after.
It's
like whenever I see people play with slime or anything, it just makes me feel ill.
The best part is, this was when we were young enough, far back in time enough, that the shaving cream was the Barbasol brand. So kids who were old enough knew it as, yo, Jurassic Park. Because it would come in those metal cans, spray cans still.
The last time I heard anyone talk about Barbasol, this is gonna out me as a cringe person. Homestuck. Barbasol plays a less than a more than less than insignificant. I don't know.
More.
Can you,
what is the terminology?
Formulate
there?
your sentences here.
Less than significant.
It's not an insignificant part. Like it plays. It is a catalyst for what will eventually lead to a major event, but it's small at the time. They just bring it up multiple times.
The opposite of significant would be insignificant.
Well, it's not.
So,
I don't know.
Anyway,
Yeah, you're just jealous.
What?
Dusty
Yeah.
segments.
No, I'm having fun.
I don't know.
Ah!
I'm fine with this conversation. I think it's fun. There's no dead air. We're talking about shit.
I've checked out.
I only grabbed
check
the reins
back
that
in,
I only
bitch.
grabbed the reins that were on time because we were getting dangerously close to politics.
You
Not that we
yeah.
hide from it, but like it was enough down a certain corridor that I was like, I could see this going wrong.
On today's episode of Collecting Dust, we're talking about Jeffrey.
No.
Is it the
Trump
bridge?
got shot this week. Okay, now that we got
You
that out of the way.
aren't allowed to check out, love. Do you know why?
Huh.
Because then you got to pay leaving early fees.
I was gonna say it's not checkout time.
You're not allowed to leave.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
You-
something. You can't check out because I'm checking you, or something like that. But no, you went with the
Off topic. Have you guys seen the Deadpool controller?
Yes.
yes with the ass. Yeah. On the back where the
It's
battery
very
pack is, there's just a fat ass.
It's very funny, but that has to be the opposite of ergonomic, right?
Yes.
That that's pay to lose, honestly. I feel
You
like
know-
the texture's probably nice.
It's just
though.
like the popcorn bowl they made for the.
I mean, that one functioned as a popcorn bowl, though. It just looked funny. This one doesn't, is clearly a worse controller. Speaking of popcorn bowls, I bought my mom one. Not the dude one. But
I
We
mean,
went to
it
the
would have
movies.
been funny if you bought her
we
the
went to the
Dune
movies,
one.
and next, side by side, you could buy the Dune popcorn bucket or the Garfield popcorn.
Oh no.
My mom loves
Do I want to
Garfield.
know what the Garfield one looks like?
No, it's Garfield holding his own little
Okay.
popcorn bucket, and the popcorn goes in his popcorn bucket.
Just with the way people talk about popcorn buckets now, I had to be sure.
Only one of
Uh,
them was weirdly toy.
When I was
shaped.
talking about popcorn buckets, I was talking about the Deadpool one. Have you seen it?
Oh no, I thought you were talking about Dune. I thought you were talking about.
No,
the-
I'll show.
Doesn't the Deadpool one make fun of the Dune one?
Yes, it does.
I
Hang
heard
on.
rumors that was the plan, but I never saw it. I just opened up. While you get that, I just opened up the wheel, and I always forget that for everyone I put in funny names, but I still know who everyone is, and it took me a second because I was like, okay, there's me, there's girl, and there's Mando, and then I
Yeah.
was like, but what is Gar? And then I remembered, like, oh,
Are you telling me a
I-
gar licked this bread?
I am
God.
so happy that is my name on this.
just tell if I'm going to going again to I'm movie studio logo drawn in Microsoft Paint, celery crunch noise, like
The thought
Just
of it is upsetting me
slaps
already.
you right in the face. And then where was I going with this? Oh, and then you look down at the popcorn you just got, and the popcorn bucket for my first movie is going to
And
be
there's a dick
a
in there.
Dune popcorn bucket style, but it's just gonna be goats.
Oh, a goat seat popcorn bucket would go hard,
No, it wouldn't.
It would.
dude. No,
It would be the opposite of
hilarious.
that.
Oh,
You think somebody would try to fuck?
oh, absolutely.
It's,
That was the joke about
But
the
it's got to
Dune.
be Mario goat seat. That's got to.
no.
Where am
you
I
get
posting
sued.
this popcorn bucket?
I don't know. Whatever. It could be Telegram. It could be
Don't
Discord.
put, I mean, now you gotta put it in the. Now you gotta.
Oh yeah, no.
Yep.
There's a chat in. There's a chat in the thing.
Oh, images. Yeah, right there.
So I'm gonna spin the wheel, and then we're gonna start there. Spin to win. Ba-da-ba-da.
There, it's in images.
All right, Fancy,
What?
you're starting. What
Starting
games
what?
have you played?
Oh, I finished Resident Evil 4 remake yesterday. The podcast game. Call of Duty, Fortnite, And Zenless Zone 0. Don't make fun of me.
See, now I don't feel so bad for having picked a gotcha for one of my games at one point.
I haven't been gotcha'd.
Don't ever do it. It's a mistake.
My boyfriend has though.
Yeah, he has.
On
Like, so
on my behalf, he has made an account with my name and stuff, but he just has another account on his phone.
He's got like 7.
Yeah. Apparently, mine has like really good luck. For some reason, I just have all the good shit.
Scrolling back in this images chat, I'm reminded of all the Final Fantasy ones. And then the wheelchair.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a weird pizza.
Yeah.
Oh, Wolverine.
So who's next?
Well, you?
Cool. So I've been doing this thing called Art Fight, so I haven't actually been playing many video games.
Out there scrapping with each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I've
hope
only,
you win.
I've only. It's not how that works. I've only played video games like 3 different days since the last time we had a podcast episode. But I've been playing a little bit of Mech Builder, which is fun. I've played a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV, the critically acclaimed MMO. That's free trial has been expanded.
That I forgot. I was totally gonna start this podcast by reading that.
Oh, hold on, I got you.
No, we'll save it for next time. I'll just have to remember to read it. One day I'm just gonna cold
Hey,
open with
remember
that.
to read it next time.
Okay, all right.
What else? I've been playing the podcast game, and I dabbled a little in a game called Koromon, and that's about it.
Horror man.
Does that make it my turn?
Yeah, why not? I'll go last.
All right.
I won't skip you this time.
You know, I haven't been playing a lot. Just this little indie game. You've probably never heard of it, called Elden Ring: Shadow of the Erdtree.
No, not an indie
It's
game.
practically. No, I know that. You might not understand, but that's something called a joke.
Well, because of Dave the Diver, that can't be seen as a joke 100% anymore.
Oh,
No, yeah, it's
no,
had too many
I
crossovers.
haven't
with
been
other
playing a lot. It's basically just been Elden Ring. Well, actually, no, I've been playing Skyrim VR and Blade and Sorcery too, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta out yourself.
What?
Well,
Yggdrasil is a good mod loadout. I can't help it.
No, I know. I just thought it was funny that you were like, "Yeah, I've been playing this one game, and I'm sitting here having listened to you do nothing but talk about Skyrim for the last 2 mornings."
Yeah, well, that's been like for the past like 2 days.
I
forgot about it.
I didn't think this is possible, but you've already earned your special point.
Talking about Skyrim.
No, Blade and Sorcery. I just put it down
Really?
like, I wonder if she'll bring this up somehow during this FPS.
Well, because you asked for a game I've been playing.
Yeah. I just forgot. I didn't know if you'd bring it up or not. So I just straight up and I always write these down I'll write the next ones down tonight, so they're always 2 weeks old. So like this was not written today. I wrote these down a long time ago. So I surprised myself. I think I mixed up. I don't think Fancy's gonna get his. I don't. That's a really bad one. But I'm going with it.
Am
What?
I at mine?
How is that fair?
Listen, I wrote them down 2 weeks ago. I don't know.
What was I talking about 2 weeks ago?
I don't think I
Try
don't
Star
think I've
Wars.
heard
I took
you
off my
talk about
headphones
this
because I
in
was getting a
months.
drink.
I just we'll have to see if
Months?
you do it. Yeah, like literally. I don't know. I don't know why I would give this to you.
It's not Star Wars then.
No, last week's was last episode's was
No, 2 weeks ago was Star Wars because I
Still.
brought up the Acolyte last week and I didn't get bonus points.
You know, I have a guess for what it could be.
Do
Hey
it.
lad, could you say the final descendant for me, or the first
The
descendant?
first Descendant?
Yeah.
No, that doesn't make any sense.
Oh,
That's too recent.
I wasn't
Is it too
playing that
recent?
2 weeks ago. I don't think the game was out 2
you
weeks ago.
weren't? Oh shit! Wait, yeah, because that was like a week ago.
So I've been playing just shooters, trying to rip Call of
I'm
Duty out of
so
my life as
surprised.
much as possible. As of this recording, tomorrow we're getting some sort of a reveal from Splitgate devs. It's looking like Splitgate 2. I'm hyped. Been playing tons of X Defiant, the finals. Podcast game. What else have I played? Oh, I booted up Mini Motorways again like a week or so ago. I like that game. They added the first Canada city. I had to play Canada.
Oh,
Yeah, we just get free updates with that game once in a while. Just get. There's also daily challenges that just automatically pop in. I like that game.
I love games that do that.
Yeah, that's basically me. I'm shooter man.
Call of Duty
Call of
Shooter
Duty
Man.
Shooter man.
I am a shooter man, but I have a really good alibi for where I was when Trump was in Pennsylvania. All right, don't worry about it.
You know,
You're
I
not
know it would
Schlatt.
end up
I
there.
wouldn't believe it.
I knew it would end up there.
You saw
Schlatt.
it
That's.
coming.
I was trying to think of who it was that was saying they weren't. They left England when the Queen died, and I
Schlatt.
couldn't remember.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
Schlatt.
As soon as that happened, he was making those jokes on Twitter again. But about this.
Yeah,
bet.
it's happened like 3 times now that he just happens to be in an area and leaving it when it happens.
Well, this time
Yeah.
he wasn't. He was straight up just not even there. But the joke had
Yeah.
happened so many times that they were like, "Schlatt, how was your trip?" And he was just like, "It was really good." Yeah, no, mostly just playing games. You know, playing the shooters.
Well, play your games.
Can we not call X Defiant a hero shooter? Thank you. That was my TED talk.
I mean, it's kind of like a hero shooter light.
Black Ops 3 was a hero shooter.
I would consider Black Ops 3 hero shooter. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like to be a hero shooter, every character needs its own ability. The fact that a team of 3 shares 2, and you could just mix and match all of them, and the team only exists for customization, I really
minute.
don't count it.
So
When you take in
that's why
armor-
I call it hero shooter light, because while it is definitely not like unique character enough to be a full hero shooter, there is still the choice of picking specific factions for the sake of particular abilities and gameplay things that you like, and that's
So-
kind of a core feature. of
So
hero
the
shooters.
reason
So
I
question,
go
question
ahead.
here. If just abilities is what makes a hero shooter, would that make Halo a hero shooter because of the different armor abilities?
No, because those aren't tied to particular characters or factions.
And see, the reason why I'm not is because I feel it falls into the same problem Advanced Warfare had. If you remember it, that game had abilities.
Exo Shield.
Exo Shield, Exo Health, yes.
But those were a part of loadouts.
No, it was a thing you could.
No,
it was like a
it-
grenade. You
No,
could just
it
slap
was a
on
part
them.
of loadout. You could get an extra attachment or something if you chose not to have them, and I always did. I chose not to have them for an extra
Yeah.
slot for a grenade or
Remember-
something.
You guys remember Call of Duty World War II?
Yeah, I
had
was on
hero
Twitter talking
stuff?
about that game just today.
Yeah.
I was talking about.
I
the
actually
Sandcastle
genuinely
map.
think the game was the most fun when it first came out.
No, I think it was better after when it got its 2.0 update. I think it was good. I wasn't a hater of the game, but it actually got so much better at the 2.0.
I missed a bomb was planted on our ammo supply.
Last time I checked, that had broke again, and I don't think they fixed it.
Yeah,
Good.
Well, why would they
I hope
fix
it
It's a
stays
meme.
broken.
Well, because they don't want to be going back to 3 games ago now. Be fixing that.
I am holding a cat.
is it bad that I kind of miss that game mode now?
It's
I
in
missed
Modern
War
Warfare
2.
3.
It is.
It's bad.
I miss storming the gates of Normandy with the boys,
Yeah,
or
It's not the
hosing
same
down
anymore.
American
You mean
soldiers with
storming the beach?
that's
P-
what she said.
there were
The
gates.
said I
game
heard
mode
gate.
hasn't changed really, I'm assuming, but the people who play Call of Duty have.
I think that game mode is less fun with the current movement system and
Yeah.
It's more
Um,
fun throwing yourself on that bridge, trying to build it.
yeah.
The bridge.
You don't remember
Oh,
the bridge?
no. Oh no, the PewDiePie bridge.
No,
mod.
not that
No.
bridge. Different.
Very different bridge.
By the way, I'm not quiet, am I?
No.
Okay. Because I
Yeah.
don't know which microphone I'm coming in through.
Well, it's not, whichever one it is, it sounds fine, and you seem to have good levels on my end. So
Don't
Good,
touch anything.
yeah, just lean back and don't touch anything. Don't you fucking touch anything.
If
Because
you can hear that, then it's coming in through the headset.
I
Yeah.
could hear that.
Okay. Yep.
I'm the quietest of all of us because my mixer is dying and I still haven't gotten paid yet. So
I mean, you sound fine on my end.
yeah, but it's in everyone is louder than me in OBS. So in the final recording, I'm gonna be the quietest. I am at max without actually like starting to get super bad extortion.
You mean
And,
distortion?
I said distortion.
You said extortion.
Whichever, whatever.
Defiant.
X Defiant. Is that my thing? No. Should have been. Anyway, the reason
Destiny.
why
Is Destiny
I
what you
missed the
wrote down
golden
for
age
me?
of Siege.
no.
Oh man.
Speaking of shooters, I missed the golden age of Siege. Back when Bikini Bodhi played. And
He still plays. He's just
does
not
he?
popular anymore
damn.
because the
Like
game's
him?
losing traction.
Well, yeah, it's losing traction. It's not as fun as it used to be. They pretty much nerfed everything fun that was possible in casual.
I hate to let you know, but it is not losing traction. It has pulled off the thing that earlier talked about how League has failed to get new players. So as the previous players of the last 10 years age up and decide I don't want to do this anymore, the game is becoming less popular.
Yeah.
Siege is still very popular with young people. They are filling in as we leave. They have no problems.
Okay, then I let me rephrase then. Siege is not popular with normal people who aren't children or racists.
Smitty, you gotta go.
Smitty's the exception. He's our token Siege player. No,
Well,
but
you gotta stop tokenizing people. It's a bad look.
well, I said our as if any of us know him.
Don't check my basement. I don't have a
What did you
basement.
do?
Is Smithy in your basement?
No.
I'd hope
But-
not.
With Siege, it's always one of those things where I've been so disconnected with the community that all I can see are a bunch of the fun things that I remember being straight up gone. And
Oops,
that's
that's
all
my
I know.
phone.
I was so confused. Like, the fuck is that sound?
No, I forget my mic
Someone
is
forgot.
normally hypersensitive, but I have all the Discord stuff turned on, so when I'm here, then none of that's here.
Someone forgot to mute their phone. How unprofessional.
It's on
Wow.
Viper. I just had it on my
That
desk.
is not
Oh,
mute.
it is muted. Otherwise, you would have heard different noises.
Do I hear a vibrate?
Wait,
Then it is not on mute.
wait. What was it about?
Wait.
Was
Wait,
that
wait,
your
wait.
contact bringing you the news?
I'm gonna
Flawless segue.
Thank you.
Flawless victory.
Flawless.
I might kill myself.
Spoiler alert, your ghost does not die. Anyway, we're gonna move on over
What?
here.
I haven't beaten it yet, you fuck.
Wait, what?
I thought it's been so long.
I put it down because the Elden Ring DLC happened. And
Wait,
I
you
got
finished
better.
it? When did you finish it? Last time you were upset and didn't want to play it unless we were with you.
He probably brute forced it. If
I
I know
did.
anything about
I
Dusty, he
can't
brute
believe you
forced it
just
in one
spoiled
Listen,
afternoon.
that
Yes, you
for me.
spoiled
I
it
didn't-
for both.
Listen. Wait, neither of you. Oh my. Oh my!
I don't even have the DLC.
I
That's the
think
best
I'm
part.
the
is
only
I have
one that
no stake in
finished
this.
it here. I didn't know you.
Oh,
I don't have access to the Pride powers, so
the Pride powers. Listen,
I'm
listen,
a little upset.
listen. There's nothing to be upset about.
Okay.
Did you really think they would ever?
I didn't know what happened.
Let me ask you. Because
What the
like
hell?
let me tell you this. The moment that you get in there,
What
they're
happened
setting up your
there?
ghost's death. They just are. They're setting that shit up.
You can
How
stop
would
right now.
how would the game function without one?
That's
You
what
got a good point.
it's not even
Destiny 3?
you have deprived me of a moment of shock
Well, no, there's stuff
because
that
I did
happens.
not know my
There's-
ghost was going to die
There's-
at all.
There's stuff that happens.
There- I didn't the way you're talking about it, I don't even think you understand what I'm actually saying. I think you're actually fine.
No, you're technically fine.
I'm 90% sure I know what you're talking about.
No, you don't.
Yeah, and the final
sentence
final
you just
big
said
thing.
makes me think you actually have not connected anything I just talked about.
You said spoiler. You said
No,
it
I know what
doesn't
happens
die.
because I've done it.
You said it doesn't die. And that
Hello?
means they're going to set up a moment where you think it dies and then something happens
Yeah,
and it doesn't.
they set that moment up the moment that it gets a crack in its eye. Like they're setting up the death the whole time. I'm not alluding to any magical like sad moments. The whole campaign, they're like, he's gonna die. He's gonna sacrifice
Spoiler.
himself for you.
No,
And it's like,
Redux
but why would they
involved.
ever?
They just that's not
I have not spoiled anything for you, actually.
I think you're wrong.
I think Fancy's agreeing with me. I have actually
I am
not
agreeing with
spoiled
you.
shit.
So you're telling me at the end of the DLC or whatever we have access to right now, there's not a moment where they're like, "Oh, your ghost is dead. Never mind."
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
No.
I have not done any of these Echo whatever the fucks that are coming out now. I'll be honest, I've not done.
That's the seasonal stuff.
Yeah, I'm no.
But the
I don't
Echo's
like
not the
seasonal
trans
stuff in
character.
Destiny. To be fair,
That's
I don't
cool.
like it very much at all.
I've heard about that. Is that the one that Cade thinks might have been their son at one point?
It's the Exo. The trans Exo.
I would.
Is that what it is?
Well, yeah, because it confirms that they were born male, but they're in a female exo frame with a female voice. And you cannot have an exo frame that doesn't match what your brain feels is correct, or you go mad and you'll die.
That's what. Okay, I was confused when that. Okay.
It's been. I still can't believe you haven't finished it. It's been so long.
Elden Ring
It's like
and Dawn Trail dropped. Look, my favorite MMO, and like a game
That's
that I
came
pick up
out
once a year.
First or second week of June.
Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is longer than this DLC.
Yeah, but nobody was playing it with me.
What the fuck? I was complaining that no one was playing it with me.
And then I offered to help him. Because at that point I had already beaten it.
Yeah, but nobody was playing it when I was playing it.
When were you playing it?
When you guys kept talking about Fortnite, other games.
Well, we always talk about Fortnite.
I know. That's why I hate that game. It keeps you guys from playing games with me.
That's not true.
No, that's not true.
You're the one that turns down games that we play more often than we turn down games you play.
I
Hey,
turned
wanna
down
play
Fortnite.
No. You want to play Call of Duty? No.
I do not say no to Call of Duty. I have that. I keep that game updated, and I only buy it to play it with you guys.
We play it constantly, Jaden and I. Come on and play with us.
You do a lot of zombies though.
We're playing it tonight. That's for real. That's the plan. You should join us.
Okay.
After
Were
this
we supposed to talk
podcast-
about the news?
Yes, but I'm just going to say this now. after this podcast, we're going to try to play, and Kane's gonna go. Hold on, I got an art fight.
No, that's tomorrow. I'm
Okay.
I'm expressly not doing art tonight because that's what tomorrow's for,
Okay.
and I don't want to burn myself out.
Cool. Call of Duty time then. Yeah, the season ends in 7-ish days. I think we got about a week left, maybe a little over. So Delta wants to grind the shit out of it.
God.
I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not buying another Call of Duty.
Oh shit! It's the news. All right,
You okay
we're
there?
doing the news.
You guys can hear me,
We're
right?
doing the news.
Yes.
Yeah.
I need to get
Okay.
this fucking Wulfryk horror popcorn bucket off my screen now. It's
Well-
just been here. Where did Elaine go?
I'm here.
She's
Right
right
here.
there. She's been here the whole time.
I think
They're
I
not
had a
in
connection
my
drop for a second.
end in the thing anymore.
They're not.
Uh-oh. I can
Let me
hear.
refresh the
I can
tab.
hear her.
She's really not on my screen. All I see is Smarty Pants and Cliffhanger. Let me. If I reload, the fucking mics are gonna break again. Well,
Rattle.
technical difficulties are in the middle of the podcast. We're just gonna reload, and I'll have to reset everything.
Uh-oh.
So forgive me for one moment.
I'm suddenly very lightheaded.
There we go. There, I think I can hear everyone now.
Dusty's computer is a misogynist.
No. Okay, so I can hear. No, I don't think the podcast can. Everyone talk. Oh no, the podcast was able to pull the links. I didn't have to set up manually. Fantastic.
How about those local sports teams?
I think Video Ninja
How
is
about
smart enough
those
to know that a quick reload is like.
I
Oh,
feel
something's
as
broken.
lightheaded as when I'm drinking.
Well,
Hell.
stop it.
Maybe
Stop
need
drinking.
water.
I drink so much water.
Maybe you need
news.
caffeine.
I'm going to spin. Who's going to go
Caffeine
first?
is not good for a majority of my body.
Caffeine is all that lets me survive. Wulfryk, Gar. Did you lick this bread?
Cat.
It's got my news on it.
Meow.
Meow.
Looks like you've got a
Wulfryk.
baby.
Looks like you've got a baby
Wait, can no one hear me?
penis. Baby penis.
Oh no, can no one hear me? Oh god.
Baby penis.
Ladies and gentlemen, something happened. Something happened.
You've got a baby.
Is Dusty just like gone? Is that what's happened?
No,
Oh.
hold on. I thought you could hear me the whole time.
No.
And then finally,
No, we've been waiting for
weirdly
you.
enough, what I was saying matched up with everyone, so I did not notice until I then directly asked the question.
That's,
So that's very
Can you hear
funny.
me?
Yes.
your computer's a misogynist.
No, I heard that, and I responded no, and then you just kept going.
Yeah.
So the podcast is going to sound very funny because it could hear everyone still. I didn't have to reset anything. So everyone's
Great.
talking, and then there's just a moment of, wait, they can't hear me. Oh no.
Even better, I'm sure if the podcast also picked up what I was saying earlier, yeah, there's just moments of you guys, of you specifically, just talking over me because we couldn't hear each other.
No, it's 'cause
Well,
you're
I
a
could hear
woman.
you, but you couldn't hear me.
Damn. You know,
You're just making it correct about your computer being misogynist. Now it's just spreading to you.
I was gonna say,
The
you
joke-
know,
the joke
like
about me is that I'm sexist. That's the joke.
people are gonna dig this.
You have
up
selective
when
hearing.
you're
You can only do
eventually
something
run
as a
for
joke,
politics.
ironically, for so long before it becomes
No,
real.
it can be a joke forever as long as I make it obvious that I'm not, and then once in a while
Just like how you started dabbing non-ironically.
I still dab.
Yeah, dabbing's great.
Dabbing is a
Dabbing
great
so
way to
cool.
relieve stress.
Firmly
You gotta dab on the
disagree.
haters.
Yeah, whenever your boss turns away from you after doing something heinous and they walk away, just aggressively deep dab on them behind their back. Makes it feel so good. Just yeah,
You commit like a genuine crime at the workplace, and they like are firing you, and as they're walking away, you just dab really deep. That'll show
I
'em.
think the funniest part is I know who your boss is, so I can actually picture you doing and saying that behind their back. Take that, you son of a bitch! You
this son of a bitch. And if he did turn around on me, he wouldn't know what was going on.
Just pretend you were sneezing or something.
Yeah, I mean, there was a point where, it was my boss, his wife, their
boyfriend.
no, the main lady who does the inventory of the basically what I used to do. She runs the assembly room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was me, and then the shop manager and the main machine setup guy. And the three of us, me and the shop manager, were closer to age. And in the meeting, all of a sudden, one of us went, "Hell yeah!" And then immediately, all of us went, "What banana bread?" And we started laughing and referencing that. And the other three of them were just looking at us like, "The fuck is wrong with them? What are they talking about banana bread?" And all of us were like, yeah, "Did you see the friendship bracelet where every word is a letter on the bracelet? What banana bread at fucking work, dude? Hell yeah!" Yeah, they were all like, "What the fuck's going on?" These three were just possessed by banana bread. Anyway, Wulfryk, while you couldn't hear me, I spun your name. I asked you why you licked this bread. My news was on it. How dare you? But you couldn't hear me. The joke's done.
The joke's dead. You
The
killed
joke's
it.
dead. You didn't hear it, and it's not gonna be fun. It wasn't even funny the first time, but now it's ultra unfunny.
I mean, it sounds pretty funny.
I just like you're like, "Why'd you lick my bread? My news was on this."
I had to lick the news up. I'm
The
sorry.
news.
What is your news?
What is my news? My
Gentlemen,
news. Oh.
We want the news, not the nudes.
That's
The
a
news?
hard request for me there.
No, definitely not the news. Definitely not the news.
Yeah, so the developer of the First Descendant, Nexon, I think, they are asking people to stop AFK farming. Stop it.
Poor Nexon. Nexon makes a lot of good games, but they have a lot of problems. They're the ones that did the finals. They also did the they're also the company that owns the company that did Dave the Diver, which is why it's technically not an indie game, because it's fucking Nexon.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing is Nexon has also made MMOs that I used to play when I was younger.
Yeah, I love the finals. The finals is that game that I unironically give too much money for because I like it enough to keep it around. All the other ones are currently new enough or already set in culture enough that I don't have to. But the finals is just old enough that it's dying, but it's just new enough that I like. I'm like, no, I need to be the whale so I can. We need to live. We need to make it through
dying
this.
already.
It's down to like 10,000 players.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not doing too hot. However, again,
Which is weird because it's fun.
it is so fun, and as a lot of people point out with the news a couple weeks ago of like, oh, the Helldivers is in trouble. As long as the game has enough players that they can continue to update it, they could even slow down a bit, but continue to update it even once in a while and still make their money back because of the shop or something, then the game's actually surviving, and that's all it needs. There's just this magical number that we don't know that it can't dip below. For all we know, if it stopped shrinking right now and just for many years to come, the finals had 10,000 players, I bet they could make that survive. I bet they could do it. Especially since that company has a second game they're working on. It'd probably just be okay. Well, we'll just restructure and have more people work on that game. You know, I
As
think,
they do.
yeah, I think it's fine, but I am worried about it. Fancy, your news,
I also have First Descendant news.
but different First Descendant news.
Different First Descendant
Oh
news.
my god, this is this was unplanned for.
The dev Nexon promises to change controversial icons after Destiny plagiarism accusations. I have an image to support. the
I've seen those
plagiarism.
icons, and they are pretty.
Some of them are like a couple. That one is just straight up just the same thing, but a different side.
Yeah.
It's First Descendant K and First Descendant F. There we go. Elaine, your news.
Larian is not finished updating Baldur's Gate 3.
Baldur's Gate.
There's still more content to come.
Baldur's
Yeah, that is
Gate 3.
That is a good double entendre for for Baldur's Gate 3. Everybody knows that game as the game where you can fuck a vampire twink.
I can't help it.
What about the bear?
Oh, that file doesn't work.
But you could also fuck a bear.
Consensually.
Very cool.
Consensually, yes, because he's a druid.
Yes.
You got to specify that, or else we won't be able to put it on Patreon.
Patreon. What?
Patreon has some weird rules about
Well,
furry
Patreon
content.
recently attacked more content creators, and so now you basically got to make it like even if it were missionary that you had drawn and posted, you have to basically include both characters going, "I consent to this."
Yeah.
Is it there someone you forgot to ask? And it's
That's just what I was thinking.
Patreon. Yeah. This just makes me think. Speaking of Baldur's Gate, there's a funny interaction where if there's a.
I mean, we weren't
dialogue,
anymore, but go off.
There's a dialogue option where when you're having sex with Astarion, where if you pick it, Shadowheart will disapprove, and there's that same meme. The Tav, I consent. Astarion, I consent. Shadowheart, I don't. There's someone you forgot to ask.
What's funny is all of our news is a game that we like is being updated.
Yes.
So, mine is my news title. I'm calling The Division 2 is saved. ... For now.
For now.
You talk about it enough to make me want to try to play it again.
Okay, yeah, that does just look like Destiny emblems, huh?
Let me look at this.
We won't talk about it unless my thing is picked.
Fair.
I was just getting it ready.
Oh my god.
No.
I mean, I'm willing to forfeit if I win. I'm willing to forfeit it to Lad. Can I do that?
It's true.
Oh,
I've never won a news wheel spin, so
That's
Actually,
what I'm
I
saying.
am because
I usually win the news wheel. So
That is so pathetic, though. Holy shit.
yeah, no, it's the most blatant thing you've ever seen.
Allegedly? Damn.
well, it says accusations, so it's probably not.
Allegedly, they stole these.
Allegedly.
The only difference in one of them is there's an empty bullet slot. It's like, come on. All right. We're gonna spin. What game will we hear about? All right. Balls Gay 3.
Fuck!
I mean, you could forfeit it.
No, I'll talk about it a little bit, and then I'll tell somebody else to go because it's not a lot of things, but it is enough to warrant it. So Baldur's Gate 3 is getting an update in September that's been teased for a while because it's adding like new endings and new cutscenes and stuff. But it's also going to be adding a lot of modders tools, which is something people have been asking for a while because Baldur's Gate 3 has a pretty active modding scene, but mods are kind of, well, not inviting because you have to download tools and stuff to mod the game. A lot in the same way as like Dark Souls modding back in the day. But they're adding tools to make modding easier. And they're adding like fixes to the multiplayer. One of my favorite changes that they've shown is that there's split screen in Baldur's Gate, and they're making it to where the split screen is contextual. So when you're far away from each other, it's a split screen, but when you're close together, it's just one screen because it's a top-down game. And
Didn't
it's one of those
Legos-
changes.
Lego
Huh?
Avengers do that 10 years ago?
Yep.
Well, so here's the
Some
thing.
of the Lego Star
It's
Wars
like
games did too.
it's one of those It's one of those things that is like, yes, well, that is a thing that old games did. What games have split screen nowadays? And what games actively are going to be updating their split screen?
Lego
Because like,
games.
who's doing that? Huh?
Lego games.
Yeah, but like, what else?
Lego games.
Do Lego games still have couch co-op?
Yes.
Yes.
That is the reason they still exist, is for you to play with your... It's for the dad to get time with their kids.
That's kind of cool. But yeah,
Yes.
they're going to be fixing dialogue stuff. Like, one of the things that was a problem with the multiplayer was that your party wouldn't have banter, because this is like one of the big things is the characters. The party wouldn't have banter if it's me and Lad playing, and I have Astarion with me, and he has Shadowheart. Astarion and Shadowheart banter sometimes and talk, but when they're with two different players, they wouldn't do that a lot of the time. But now they do, which is, or, well, maybe not, but not now yet. But like, when the update comes out, that's going to be one of the big fixes.
Okay.
People are excited though because Larian famously is not technically working with Wizards of the Coast anymore. Or Hasbro anyway. So them is still updating and making content for the game is kind of, nobody. I think people expected them to update the game, but I don't think people are expecting like any new content or anything.
Didn't I see that they were gonna make another companion?
There was an extra companion in like I don't think they were in early access, but they were a character that was supposed to be in the game, and they never actually were.
Well, the article I saw was saying it was gonna be the bard lady.
Oh, Alfira?
Yeah.
It would be cool if we had Alfira as a companion. I don't know if they still have the voice actors for that. Because that would be the biggest thing. There would be a lot of voice lines.
I was going to say, if they do that, Will won't be the character with the least voice lines anymore.
That is true.
Poor guy.
God, I love Will so much. He is literally the golden boy of the group. But him being that makes him also one of the least interesting.
Well, part of that has to do with how much they rewrote him.
Yeah. Because I think people said that he wasn't very likable in the early access.
Yeah, he didn't.
And I think he also
well
even had a
in the
different
early
voice
access.
actor.
He did, and that voice actor turned out to be a bad person, which is why they replaced him.
Oh.
I actually think the new voice actor is really cool. He did a great job. Will's one of those characters I want to love.
Provoke the blade and suffer its sting.
God, I want to play Baldur's Gate 3 again.
Yeah, he was in his original design. He was a little more nefarious and a lot less like generally kind of righteous in his beliefs.
I still think the funniest thing about Will's story is is if you don't kill Karlach, he gets like a demon horn and everything. And then if you save the tieflings at the tiefling party, he's like, "Oh, no one at this half demon party understands what it's like to be a demon."
He's a different kind of half demon. He's like,
that is true, but it is very funny. He's like, all they see when they look at me are these horns, and I'm like, everybody here has horns.
he doesn't have a tail though, does he?
I don't think so. No.
No, so he doesn't. He's like a third demon.
Yeah.
He just has
And
horns.
technically, we're using the wrong word because it's devil.
Whatever.
But yeah, like it is still like one of my favorite things because like that's immediately what I thought of was like the surface level. But everyone here is descendant of devils. Heck, the character I was playing as at the time was a tiefling. I wish there was a unique tiefling dialogue with that, just to be like, dude, I have horns.
I'm from Zone.
All right, I will let everyone decide. Do we want to do more news? It sounds like yes.
I mean, I do kind of want to hear lads.
All right.
Yeah, I also want to hear lads.
Well, so as you've currently seen, they're pretty close.
Shocking.
They're real bad about homework copy.
All right, here. Podcast. This is a rarity. Very rarely we have news where you need to see something, but I will do a very quick hack. This is going to be above us. It's very unprofessional, but you need to see this.
I can read the developer's statement.
Yeah, do that while I put it on screen.
Here's what they said. The First Descendant as a looter shooter game was developed with a deep affection and respect for other games in the genre. Destiny 2, being a globally renowned looter shooter game, is also personally admired and respected by the team, and it has served as an inspiration during the development process. We have taken the concerns raised seriously and decided to make adjustments to ensure that the imagery that may appear similar clearly reflects the unique identity of our game. We will continue to improve the game for fans of the looter shooter genre. So they're not admitting that they copied it. They're just saying, well,
We
We
like
really
this.
love Destiny 2. And, you know, if we respect them a lot. And if things look a little similar, I mean, why? That happens when you love something, right?
When
does
you
happen.
love something, you copy it.
So yeah, as everyone can see, these are all the same. There is no difference.
Allegedly the same.
Yeah.
There's no allegedly. Look at this shit. All right.
Well, like to be fair, it is
icons
like
are the ones on the right, and
I'm trying to save it just in case they sponsor us.
especially like the top left one and the ones at the bottom middle are the least defensible. Actually, no, all the ones on the right are super hard.
I think
So-
all
all
of
of these
them
are really
are.
hard
The
to
only
defend.
two that
but
I
look at
could
the
see
middle
them-
one. It's just the same.
Yeah, I was about to say that is
Yeah.
literally the same
The
exact
only
fucking
the
thing.
only two I can give them leaning on are the middle most left, the hands.
Yeah, that's actually what I was thinking of.
Everything
This
else
is the only
2
one that
points.
gave me pause. This is the only one that gave me even a second of pause to almost defend the others. But no, the rest of these are literally the exact same thing.
Corporate asked you to find the difference in these two images.
Oh my god.
Well, it
I'm
gets
actually kinda
funnier
surprised.
too. Go ahead.
Go on. I'm actually kind of surprised we didn't see some of this stuff also from like Warframe as well, because a lot of the character identities feel somewhat similar to Warframe.
Well, this game is like a hybrid of Destiny and Warframe.
Yeah. Weirdly, the game that I compare it most to gameplay wise is Outriders.
That's just because it's third person.
The shooting feels the same, and the ability uses feel pretty similar.
To be fair, Outriders had a lot of potential.
Outriders was fun when it was in early access, and then it came out, and I was like, "What else? Why is this the same exact game?"
Why do games do that? How in
To
the
be fair,
world do
having
you
it
look
be
at
the exact same game is better than it being much worse when it comes out.
Well, that was the thing, though, right? Like, at least it's not like some of those games where we love it in early access and then afterwards we're like, oh, how did you make it worse? But in this case, it really was just, how did you get all that feedback from early access and do nothing with it?
Anthem was the weird case where it was actually better when it came out, but that wasn't saying much.
That game was barely a game. There was 3 things to do, over and over
Yeah.
and over and over.
Well,
and over and
the
over.
other problem with
Unfortunately,
Anthem,
it's like bones were really good.
well, the biggest problem with Anthem was like the stuff that they were showing and then the actual game were 2 different things.
Yeah.
Because like they had so many leadership problems.
Famously, they kept removing and adding flying, like with every build.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the
Flying
leads
was
wanted
like-
flying, and one of them didn't. So they kept adding and removing it.
Flying was like the only thing I remember really loving about the game.
Yeah, and famously, that game was announced somewhat early. Like we had a year or 2 to wait until after it was fully announced. Once again, famously, all the devs saw that trailer and went, "Oh, that's what we're making."
Yeah.
Because it had been such a shit show for 7 years.
The level of communication they had was next to nothing, to the point of there was actually a story from one of the people working on it where they were having a dev, or like one of the higher up CEO type people showing up to, see what they had done. And the build that he played was barely even a tech demo and was on a separate engine from what they had actually been working on.
Oh, this just makes me think of there was somebody talking about gaming, and they were like, everybody wants somebody with experience in a live service game, but what they're asking for is like a unicorn, because if they have experience in it, they're still working there.
Yes, and then if they aren't currently working, that means it failed, and you don't want them.
Yeah.
Which is why Sony did the only other move, which was, well, what if we buy the company that has a successful one, and then we can force them to come in and help us with ours? That's why they
Money.
bought Destiny. That's why they bought Bungie. That was the trick.
And then Bungie got
regrets
worse
it.
after that.
Well, it doesn't necessarily sound like Bungie regrets it. It sounds like PlayStation fucking regrets it. Because immediately they brought them in. It's like, hey, we have a bunch of live service games. Can you check? And apparently Bungie went, that one sucks, that one sucks, that one sucks, that one sucks. And they went back to their office. And Sony was like, wait, all of them are bad? There's not one redeemable thing? And they were like, no. And that's why we lost games like The Last of Us 1.
I was going to
Because
say
all the
that
devs
was
were
what
like,
the
it's
last
not worth
one
it.
was.
Yeah, it's not
That's
worth trying
funny.
to fix it. So immediately Sony was like, well, shit. Either they're wrong or they're right. Either way, we're not fucking happy.
Yeah.
I do have another funny bit to add on to the whole copying thing that very clearly happened with the
Yeah,
first
it's
Defendant.
it's
Um,
very hard to defend.
So that's not the only things they're being accused of copying.
Can we give a point to plagiarism?
Yes. I'll do that.
Um,
Now, famously, we are negative towards Steve Jobs, Too Mad, and the police, but we are pro plagiarism. So we have some really good.
And cats.
Plagiarism-
Speaking about cats.
Okay, but like there's a type of plagiarism that's really funny. Like famously JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, like the Japanese names of the stands are like band names and things, but when they come to the United States, they have to like change that because you can't call this character Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. You can't just do that.
Yeah.
So what they do is instead of changing the name, they just make it like legally distinct. So we get amazing names like Filthy Acts at a Reasonable Price, or Worst Company, or
Coco Large,
Pole Jam,
Spicy Lady.
Spicy Lady, yeah. Fuck, there's a lot of them.
But The other thing that people have been saying, hey, this looks a little close, guys, don't you think? Is some of the guns look very similar to some of the Rasputin themed ones in Destiny. Like the real like geometric looking sniper rifle. Apparently the First Descendant has one that looks strangely similar.
Huh.
Hmm.
All right. I have given points.
My only big complaint with the First Descendant gameplay-wise is that the text font is really small and there's a lot of words in the UI.
I have not played it, but my immediate reaction is the font that they use for the First Descendant looks like a Linkin Park album font, and it bugs me. It's mostly the A in Descendant.
It really is like my only big complaint is I hate trying to read what I need to do next because of how small the writing is and how the UI is set up.
Yeah.
And then there's like the tutorial bot that speed reads everything.
Yeah.
They were fixing that on an update, but
God, I'm so low in points.
Oh yeah, points were divvied out.
Yes,
for
I have been giving them out. Everyone is very close. We have 2 people tied. I'm a whopping 10 behind the next to lowest. I'm even being beaten by cats.
yeah, I forgot about that.
Hey, Dusty.
Am I the next lowest?
Yes, but again with a tie, so it's not that bad.
Am I highest?
Yes,
Or
by 2 points.
Hey, can I give you one of their points?
I'll okay this.
Oh, well, I mean, sure.
You can have one of my points. I can share.
Awesome.
The rich give to the needy.
It's factually untrue.
The rich should give to the needy.
There, I am now 10 behind the leader. Hell yeah! I moved up in the world.
It's an even number.
Oh,
That's
a
what was
letter from the
bothering me.
Jarl. Moving up in the world, eh?
I'm still 7 points behind cats, though.
Can we give cats 10 more points?
Sure. The only when it comes to these funny ones, I'm pretty down because they will be used later. So it's good that we have extra points in the pot. These will, in fact, I'm trying to figure it out. These will probably be used in the next episode or 2. Oh,
Ooh.
Nice little tease.
yeah. I'm planning on every like 20-ish episodes, we do a mini game episode as well. And these points will be used for that. And we're on episode 18 right now.
If I spend all my points, can I give somebody in this chat testicular torsion?
Don't think that's how that
for
works.
legal reasons, I have to say no.
But would you do it without if there were no laws?
If not even if there were no laws, if I wasn't being recorded, yes. I'd be like, fucking do it. That sounds funny.
That's how much mana testicular torsion costs.
Thank God for legal ramifications.
Can we give testicular torsion 5 points?
No.
No.
You know, instead of testicular torsion, I'm going to give you testicular torque.
Torque. All right. Wulfryk,
Yeah,
you recommended a game.
I sure did.
Let's just jump right into it. Show the monkey.
Let's just jump right
Shut
in.
the fuck up, Philip.
He's only in my head because I just watched a video because he was talking about something I care about.
What was that?
I forget.
I care about it so much, I forgot.
I mean, it was one of those things where in the moment when I was looking for something to listen to, it was something that was enough for me to click on one of his videos.
I'll click on one of your videos. I think it's funny how a lot of the podcast episodes, I am the sole viewer.
I helped other people find where to watch it, so
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
Oh yeah, it was the fact that Apple had the AI that Apple has. They're not legally at fault for what it does because they just paid one of the other AI companies to be on their phone.
Oh no.
But they got their own version of it trained, and a lot of it turned out to be trained on YouTube videos. including
Oh
very
guys
good
hear me?
ones.
no.
So let's just say,
Hey,
if
guys.
you are a tech brand,
What?
Can you guys hear me? 'Cause I
who
got
is like the
disconnected.
number
I can
one
hear you, yeah.
person?
Uh-oh.
Can
Can
Dusty
you
hear me?
hear
No, I
the
can't.
only girl?
I can't hear.
Lad
No.
can't.
No, she's gone again.
No, she's
Yeah, I
still
got
here.
disconnected.
Nope, she's gone.
Yeah, she's out of the thing.
It is
You'll have to-
storming.
You'll have to reconnect, babe.
Yeah,
It-
let's
it
have
is
her try to
storming.
reconnect. I can reset the thing. We can as well, if that doesn't work.
I'm looking and I'm stabbing you.
Uh-oh.
Did I send you that meme?
Hello.
I have to
There you go.
I have to
It
unmute
is
you.
currently storming, so that's why I've been having issue.
Ah, okay. So anyway, you're a phone company, right? You're a tech company with a new
Okay.
AI who has
Yeah,
been
but the
trained
charges
on
didn't
YouTube
fees.
videos. Can you think of a specific YouTuber you would not want to have in there?
I can think of several.
I can think of a
Skibbity
lot of
Toilet.
them.
Yeah, but let's say just you're a tech company only worried about tech reviewers. Is there a certain one you wouldn't want to?
Probably one that hates my
Mhm.
company.
We referenced them earlier with the Will Smith joke. Wink, nudge, nudge.
Marcus Brown?
Marquez Brownlee, MKBHD. Have you been paying attention to him at all?
Oh,
No.
No.
I just think his
God tier
name's
YouTuber.
funny.
He got semi-canceled recently because he's too based. He reviewed two different AI tech pieces of technology that could just be an app on your phone, but they're their own like $300 pieces of tech that are terrible. And basically, because of his videos, both these companies are like now basically dying. And everyone's like, YouTubers shouldn't be able to kill tech. It's like, but the tech was worthless. It was terrible. It was expensive, and it does not do what you want it to do. Anyway, that's you can generate photos and stuff based on MKBHD's YouTube videos, and now Apple's in hot water for it.
This just makes me think of like somebody who's making fun of the fact that there were a bunch of like CEOs and stuff that made AI where you can talk to them, but all they do is give you like the most like hallmark advice possible.
Oh,
It's like-
CAI, but worse, huh?
Pretty much. It's like now you can get the wisdom of billionaires. It's like billionaires really aren't that smart. Like you could just look at Twitter and find out how smart Elon Musk is.
Hmm.
It's not very.
Grok. Yeah, MKBHD, great YouTuber. God tier podcast. Love it. Watch.
I never watched him,
I
but I've
will.
heard a lot of good things about him. So
Never
Yes.
watched Marcus Brown.
Marcus
Yeah.
Brown.
I was never big on the tech sphere.
He's like one of the most popular, and it's because while he's into tech, he more is into cameras and stuff, and therefore he's more into tech that even more normal people are into. Like
Yeah.
he's most known for like reviewing phones and stuff. Meanwhile, if you listen to Linus Tech Tips, you're probably more into building computers and stuff, and that's a lot more niche.
But to be fair, the only time I ever watched any tech stuff was like anytime I go into wanting to get a new phone, I will watch a review on the phone to see how durable it is primarily.
If you One, Mark S. Brownlee. Actually just pronounced it ass. I'm so sorry. we reference the Will Smith thing all the time. Marcus Brown, MKBHD.
So his name is Marcus. It's just spelled
It's
weird.
Marcus. No, it's not even spelled weird. It's just
No, it's just Will
who
Smith
pronounced
said it
funny.
weird.
Yeah, just
What?
Will Smith on the Fortnite bus said Marcus Brown.
I forgot that they were on the fucking battle bus.
It was the battle bus, and
Ninja
Ninja was
turns
driving
around.
it.
Battle bus.
Ninja turned around. What the fuck did you say?
Yeah, Ninja was driving.
God, he's such a joke now.
Ninja turns around and says, "The fuck you say to me, you little shit!"
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, he says, if I controlled YouTube Rewind, I'd want Fortnite Mark S. Brown.
I think the only thing I know about Ninja lately is that he had a kind of based opinion about that who's that YouTuber that everybody Sketch.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, genuinely, the Sketch situation seems really fucking dumb to me. I
Yes.
genuinely could not care less about somebody having an OnlyFans.
What? Every normal person in the universe is on your side.
Yes.
Yeah. Genuinely, what like if you're in a situation where Sneeko is disagreeing with you, you have the correct opinion.
Yeah. Anyone
He's
who
the
has
guy
a
that said
sane,
cuties was his favorite movie.
anyone who has a sane take will hear the news, and before even hearing about like the possible suicide attempts and stuff that they were thinking of, you just hear the setup, and you're like, "All right." That's the correct.
Yeah,
take. It's
Like
okay.
what?
I
Who
forget,
cares?
I forget his name, but the dude with the dent in his head.
Mhm.
When he found out about it, he was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I was asleep for this. I'm glad he's okay."
Yeah.
Because even
The
that
guy
dude
that's in
recognizes
Phase?
that he's, huh?
The guy that's in Phase, is that the same guy?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Because
I
I
think it-
watched part of Sketch's video, and he thinks someone that was in Phase.
The Sketch situation is just genuinely really sad to me.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
also
he-
displays how homophobia is still alive and well in the gaming scene.
He thanked FaZe Banks, I think, for being there for him.
Yeah. FaZe
Good.
Banks, as far as I can tell, is like the only good FaZe member, like truly good one left.
Phase Banks has it. Yep, that's it.
Like they're like it seems like all the other FaZe people are fine, but the only one you ever hear good things about is Banks.
Yeah.
This went places. I forget. It was something I was talking about came to this, and I forget what we were doing.
Well, hey, we're talking about we're
Yeah,
talking about
we were-
recent drama. This should boost engagement.
Yeah, we were talking about. I was like, "Hey, Wulfryk, we should talk about your game," and then immediately went off track, and now I don't know
Yeah.
how I got here. Anyway,
What about tech? I don't remember.
Metro PCS.
oh yeah, somehow we got on. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. So Elaine, if you ever need to look at other phones, MKBHD does end of the year phone awards, and that they actually give trophies out to and stuff. That's how I picked up
Oh,
my
yeah.
phone. I went to his section for, like best
Cheap phones.
cheap phone, and while
Yeah.
he doesn't call it that, he does his best bang for the buck. So usually the award goes to a really good phone that's like $400-$500. But he did a shout out for last year's Motorola and was like, but if you need a cheap phone that's surprisingly good, get this one. So I was like, I got that one. I actually got a phone based off his awards.
Is it good?
Yeah,
Good. That's the best part.
it's good enough that if I decide to get a folding phone again, I'll probably go with a Razer this time around. Because I'm actually enjoying it. Plus, the Razer is the first like affordable folding phone. There's
That's
two different
pretty
versions
cool.
of the Razer. There's one with a slightly smaller screen on the outside, and it's $700.
Are they
It's cheaper
folds
than
like mine
iPhones.
is, or are they folds like yours?
They're flips, because
okay.
that's what the Razer was.
Because
The
like
original Razer from the 2000s.
I don't think I could ever come back from folding phones.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think genuinely folding phones are so fucking good.
Yeah, Razer's
What
is a lot better, because even the screen on the outside covers more of the front glass than even the new Samsung Flip. The joke is the Flip's outside screen looks like the folder icon for Windows XP.
Speaking of folding phones, this just reminds me of something I found very funny. This is very off topic, but so my as
we're
you
already
guys
way
know,
off.
It's
so-
fine.
my grandma is in hospice.
Yes.
The company that is taking care of her in hospice care, they keep all they have work phones that are all literally Z Fold 3s, and I think that is the funniest thing, because like, why that specifically? Why folding phones?
Probably because a lot of hospitals do have tablets, and that means you don't have to have a phone and a tablet.
Yeah, makes
Yeah.
sense to me.
It also means you don't have to have the world's greatest pockets like I have.
But yeah, I'm actually curious about the not the Z Flip. That I'm done with those. The Razor. The only problem is I don't think it has
This-
a headphone jack. Meanwhile, my little cheapo does, and I like the headphone jack.
I wish I had a headphone jack. Headphone jacks are also
Maybe I'll just live on the Motorola G Plays for the rest of my life. Who knows?
You guys can hear me, right?
Fine
Yeah.
little phone. This $140 phone
Dusty.
even has a 90 hertz display. Like, come on, this
Dusty.
thing's surprisingly decent.
Dusty,
I'm serious.
Dusty.
What?
Can you
can
hear
you
me?
hear her?
No. Wait.
Thank
I
you.
hate this
No,
so
there we
much.
go.
You
No,
again.
no. For some reason, that was my computer. It muted you. You're here
Well,
on my end.
I had to leave and rejoin because my fucking internet dipped again. Whatever's happening to my internet tower, I hate it and I want them to quit. I don't even have a tower. I have fiber optic. I should not be having this issue.
Speedrun Fancy, your game. Tell us about it. Open up.
It's not Fancy's game.
not
It's
my
my
game.
game. How
Oh
dare
shit!
you?
Wrong friend.
Wow, I see
just
how
looked at the screen. I
replaceable
saw
I
the
am.
You're
Mando,
NB-phobic.
and my brain went down that track. Wolf,
Dusty is secretly NB-phobic.
I will shove this bread in your mouth, and you will game now.
So we played Metro 2033, the Redux specifically. You play as a Russian man named Artyom. Artyom. Everyone just kind of mashes the Y into every other letter at the end there.
Already.
And you go on a journey to go to a different metro terminal in the underground because the surface is destroyed from nuclear war. And there are monsters out there now. And the first station you get to is closed off from the direction you need to go. So a guy named Bourbon says, hey, come with me. I'll give you my AK if you help me since we're going the same way. And you do, and you get caught by... Is it communists that catch you for the first time?
No,
Bandits.
Yeah, it's
I think they're just guys that he owes money.
Yeah, it's not a
Yeah.
specific group. They're just a bad group.
There are commies and
They're
Nazis.
they're not the
They're
communists
not.
yet. Those are later.
Yeah. So you get held up by them, and you end up escaping with the help of another guy who extorts you guys a bit. And then you get further, and then leaving a vent, he gets caught by communists. I remember now. And you can sneak through and you try to save him, and it does not go well. And then an old man shows up and says, hey, follow me since you got nothing better to do. And you follow the old man, and he teaches you about the tunnel ghosts. And then you fight some more monsters.
Tunnel ghosts, I don't understand.
Tunnel ghosts rule.
Oh, my cat's here. Then you fight more monsters, and then you go to another terminal, and you fight, or you run away from communists, and a guy helps you run away, and then gets shot, which at that moment goes so hard. The running away scene where you're both handcuffed, or where you're handcuffed and that dude is running with you to help you escape.
No, it's not.
And then he stops and points. The dude eats so many bullets to let you go up a staircase, and he doesn't know you. And I think that right there is some solidarity. But
That is cool, but that moment is immediately ruined by how you escape that situation.
the old man
Just get let into a guy's apartment.
Yeah, the
Well,
only door directly where they saw you jump off, where they would see you got in. Yeah. You just jump off. They could have, like, there's one door down there.
Artyom does acknowledge how lucky he is, and it's not the only door. There's like several residences there.
No, you look at that wall. That is the only door on that wall, directly under where you jumped off.
Admittedly,
I
this
checked
is not
because I was like, how did they not find him? I got dragged in right where I landed. So I looked
They're
around.
also
Yeah, it's one door.
They're also, communists. So
how does that make them
they're
blind?
not I don't know what to tell you, man. Anywho,
They are the communists because you
on the bottom
then
side of
hide
the
under
train.
yeah.
And then you fight them and Nazis. And you go to the surface again, and you meet up with the military people finally.
The Rangers.
My lights are blinking. I might lose power.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, so you meet up with the Rangers, and then you go into a library and you fight the librarians, which are big.
Like you don't fight them; you run away from them and hide.
Dusty fought them. You can just. I did it completely.
I didn't get this far.
I did it violence free because
I got trapped in an infinite.
I also did it violence free. I just snuck around.
No, you don't even have to sneak. If they spot you, you just aim at them and they like huff at you and walk towards you, and you move slowly away from them, and then they do like a little stomp on the ground and growl, and then they stand up all the way, look at you, shrug a little, and then walk away. And then like, no, you ain't worth it.
And then, yeah, that worked twice of the 7 that I met. I killed the other 5.
That worked every time for me.
For me, I would do it, and then they'd walk away.
How did you not run out of ammo?
He expressly ran out of ammo. He was complaining.
He absolutely did.
The whole time I was complaining about ammo, but I kept finding more.
But you don't have to fight them.
But listen, I couldn't.
Let's let Love
only do everything the hard way.
Only 2 of them actually left me alone. The other ones.
Let's let Love finish the recap, then we can get into our experiences.
No.
After the library, you go into the flush tunnel.
Funnel.
And then you get caught up to the flashback at the beginning of the game, and then you climb the tower, and then you set the thing off and have a hallucination. And if you had a choice to make, you didn't get the canon ending. Because the canon ending is the bad ending.
Oh, so I did get the canon ending. Okay.
Yep.
Wait, the canon ending is a bad ending?
Yep.
Yeah.
The good ending is non-canon.
Yeah, the good ending where you don't essentially nuke what you think are aliens is the... Yeah, you don't get to make peace.
Otherwise, there are no sequels. The world's fixed.
It's true. Yeah, that's that. That is the recap.
So, I had a lot of fun with this game. I will say, it is genuinely good at cultivating a survival experience that is kind of that is spooky and unnerving at times. However, there is one problem that I had that is genuinely bumping it down a letter grade, which is infinite death loops.
Yes, you can soft lock yourself easy.
It's very easy to soft lock yourself. I did it by accident.
I didn't have that issue at all.
Same here, no problems.
I just was thorough in everything I did.
No problem. Skill issue. Get good.
The first mission, I was coming back from the surface. So it wouldn't even be so bad if they just made it to where you could take off your mask during a cutscene. That would literally fix like 70% of them. I didn't have any way of knowing if my mask was broken or like not, or my filter was gone because of the circumstances with which I had ended the previous mission. But why can't I reach up and take my mask off mid-sentence? I feel like anybody could do that. and it wouldn't be that hard to just make that a thing that you can do. So yeah, no,
Who's
the
clicking?
infinite, huh?
You?
You complain about my keyboard, but you're constantly clicking.
I'm clicking on you.
But yeah, no, the infinite death loops are genuinely the biggest complaint I have with this game. Other than that, I thought it was great.
Yeah, I didn't have any genuine loops like that, but there was a couple close calls where when I was playing it, I was explaining it how there was one part where to survive, I had to teach myself to speed run that area to as fast as possible get to the next filter because I had not been thorough enough in the last couple level or two,
Hmm.
and I had to speed run that area to get to the next one and then the next one.
Yeah, when it came to like air and stuff, I only ever got close to running out once, and by close to running out, I mean I still had like 4 minutes of air.
That's not close. Close is you're running, you know where the next one is. Oh, he just took off the mask. Oh shit. I got 15 seconds.
Well, it's close for me considering every other moment I had at least 15 minutes of air.
4
Yeah, I
minutes
don't
is
think
like,
I ever dropped below 8.
oh no, I don't think I ever saw more than 9 minutes.
So here's a question. At the little shop things you come across every few levels, why didn't you just buy more filters?
That's what I did, and I still ran out.
How? You don't need to
But
use your mask that much.
Well, I didn't even run out. I needed to switch them out, and also I was on the surface, so I had the mask on the whole time.
So I think she ran into the same problem I did early on, which is until you start to realize your mask is what is breaking, it's easy to forget your mask is on. And you just
Yeah.
run around with your mask on accidentally.
Well, yeah, but we were on the surface, so that was like the point. You're supposed to do that, right?
There's certain
supposed to have your
areas
mask
in
on
the
surface.
surface that you need it. You can tell because you have a Geiger counter that starts clicking at you. You don't even need it the whole time you're on the surface.
Most
That's what I was told, is you needed it on the surface. That's what I thought.
you do need it for most of the surface. I think
Some of the buildings are fine.
some building interiors are fine.
Huh.
Yeah, there's areas that are fine, and you can tell because the person you're following will take theirs off.
That or your character will start breathing funny. You'll hear the breath get weird, and then you put your thing on. And then
Yeah, I generally just at one time I got a new mask, and then I did good. I took no damage, so by the time I was done and it was time to take my mask off, I just forgot.
As
And
much
that-
as I will
that's
probably
how I
admit
got
that
into my
it
speed run.
could have been kind of a me issue, I will say I don't like the fact that there is a possibility of being save locked. Like being completely soft locked into a save without
Yeah, I mean,
because like the only way I could have solved that was by going back a chapter and replaying the mission I just finished.
I mean, we all played on the survival difficulty, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So it's supposed to be kind of difficult.
Well, yeah, difficult's one thing. I'm okay with difficulty. I play Elden Ring. I'm not okay when there is a position where I have to reload saves in order to even slightly be able to progress. I don't like having to go. I don't like backtracking, and I don't like reloading saves in order to fix issues, unless it's something like Skyrim where it's literally just I can save whenever.
So
is that a different case than if you died like an enemy or something? You're fine with that?
I'm okay with dying to an enemy.
so Elaine, I did some research and I know why that we feel there's not enough save spots. I actually know why. In the Redux, the remaster, because the consoles they were released on could run more geometry than the 360 it was originally launched on. Oftentimes they were just slamming 3 to 4 levels up into one new level. And so they were making them 4 times longer. So in the original game, it would have been we were in loading screens a lot more often. And that kind of thing.
Yeah, you were telling me that like the surface, the first time you're up there, that's like 4 different levels.
Yeah, they
Really?
slammed them together. Yeah, so
That might
this
explain
was a
why I was like
lot less of a
super.
problem.
Because I am super unwilling to replay that whole mission just to fix that death loop. It was very long. I don't want to do it all over again.
Yeah, let me pull up the wiki so I can tell you for sure what they did. Let's see if I can find it. Redux.
I will say
Ladder.
one thing: the game design is very fun, especially all the useless interactables like your guitar. Well, every guitar actually.
RTM can interact with most instruments in the game, I believe.
I know, I love that. It's really dumb because there's like no use to it, but it's funny. It's fun.
Yeah, so like in the original game, the after the prologue, the levels Lost Tunnels, Bridge, and Lost Catacombs were made just the one level Lost Tunnel. And then there was Dead City 1 and 2 that was just made one called Dead City. Yeah, the end was there was the tower, top, ethereal, and then endings, but all those were just merged into one called Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like they actually just slammed them together because the new consoles could run more. But I agree with Elaine. I think that actually ruins. It makes it harder, and it's still very clearly playable, but I do think it is less friendly.
Yeah, it makes it less because it makes backtracking harder.
Yes, it is a lot harder to be like, oh well, I'll just restart that chapter when that chapter is 30 fucking minutes long.
Yeah. It's 30 minutes long. The ride never ends, and there are no bathroom breaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of
Go ahead.
go on. Well, it's kind of one of those things I remember being like, why, as much as I love Journey, I've only ever replayed it like a couple times. It's because you really do kind of just have to sit down and play the whole game when you play it,
I have
which
never.
doesn't take very long, huh?
I've never played it.
It's so
Journey
good.
is fun. Journey is very good. It is a very artistic game, and I love it because it is one of those games that proves that gaming is an art form.
Also,
But
that
like,
people can be good. That's another thing it proves.
yeah. But the big thing with Journey is when you start Journey, you play the whole game. You start it and you finish it that day. There is no save off. There is no save button.
Huh.
If you leave the game, you just kind of, whenever you boot it up, will be at the very beginning again.
Okay.
You don't like you lose the progress of that save, but I'm pretty sure it still keeps track of what you've done. I.e., there's like in-game things that you can work towards, like getting the white robe and stuff. And if you made progress on trying to get that and then left the game, you'll still have your progress in trying to get that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed this game. I have very few bad things to talk about. I really enjoyed this game. Um, I'm going to start with my uh, cons because there is less of them, a lot less. The first one is I think that a lot of the loading screens are poorly placed. They sometimes cut the tension in half. You will have emotions, and then they're just dead. Because now I'm like, okay, well now I'm in the screen. Our team's talking right now, and then by the time you're back in, you're like, well, that's gone.
Hello.
Another thing I don't like is the sound, the running sound. Sounds like there's a
Oh.
chef sharpening knives behind me constantly.
You guys remember the default revolver shot sound effect?
Yep.
What else? What are other?
Everybody
things
can
I
hear
would
me,
like
right?
to see?
Yes.
Yeah,
have
I
to
have
actually
that
look.
wrote down.
Dusty,
Dusty, you can hear her, right?
No.
I left and came back because my internet is
There we
dog
go.
shit.
Um.
Now
when-
you're audible
When
again.
you
I want to kill myself.
when you rejoin, just let someone know. I just have to look up and unmute you.
Okay.
Oh, does it like auto mute on join?
Yes.
So, you guys all remember the default revolver sound effects, right? The
There
Yeah.
are also default drinking noises too.
Yeah.
I wrote
the
that
stock
down.
revolver sound. Oh yeah. Another minor complaint I had about Metro wasn't a major thing. I kind of even went in expecting this because it's an old game. The settings in the game kind of suck. You can't change a lot.
No.
Your sensitivity will also always be slow.
Yeah. This is another thing that is on my cons list. I was playing without music the whole time.
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I had to turn it off. I could not, with my setup, I could not get into a comfortable area where I can hear the music and hear people talking.
I did not have this issue.
I didn't have an issue. I had it that I didn't have that issue, but I genuinely was never in a circumstance where the sensitivity felt right.
Oh
It
no,
was always too slow.
I'm an idiot. I got that backwards. I'm sorry. I only listened to music. I did not listen to the dialogue after a while because there's no dialogue and VFX like effects slider. It is all together. So like when you're in the library and there's the bell ringing in your ears the whole time, but you want to hear people, I wanted to blow my brains out because that bell was too loud, and I couldn't hear the people talking. So I just had the closed captions on. I got them subtitles. Yeah, after a while, I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I need to turn the voices up, and then I realized it is all game volume and music. Oh, great. One thing I really liked is a lot of the dialogue by not necessarily the characters you talk to, but the random people in the areas you were in. One of my
listening to the people in the background.
Yeah, one of my favorite conversations had was when you survive your first encounter and you save everyone, and then you start the next level before you meet Bourbon and Nikki. You're at the bar with your friends and they're toasting you, right? And you drink a couple shots. Did you stay in that room for a little bit?
Yes.
I love it so much that you go to leave and those two friends are now talking to other people like, you should toast my friend too. You should toast him. He's saved our lives.
They're all talking about how like the ghost shit affected everybody, but not you and all that.
Yeah.
Talking about how cool you are.
I wrote down many things I liked. That was background conversations. The kid drawing the home that he hopes one day he'll be able to live in with his mom.
You guys, did any of you hire the prostitute?
Yes,
No,
I did it. I had to know.
I don't even know where she
I
was.
had to know.
I didn't.
Would you like to know what
I
happens?
saw that. Yeah, I would.
She says, "Close your eyes, and I'll give you a surprise." Then you get knocked out, and she steals all your shit.
Hey,
And
that's how
more
you
than
didn't have
just
any
knocked out, you uncover your eyes, and there's just like a half balding guy in front of you who laughs at you, and then he just headbutts you and knocks you out.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, give me my bullets back. Restart. I was curious. I was like, because the based on the kind of game it really was like, okay, this could go a couple different ways.
Yeah.
So I was curious. I was curious what they would do, and it turns out, no, just fuck you, idiot.
As with how I usually do things. May I go through my list of notes real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a lot,
So-
so you can go first.
With my running theme of names, this one is named Metrosexual 2013. Game control's nice. Redux looks good. Tunnel ghosts are actually kind of scary. God, why are there so many enemies whenever I don't have ammo or full auto? Turns out most things can't survive a ball bearing through the skull. Friendship with revolver ended. Ball bearing gun is friend now. I remember liking shotguns a lot more the first time. I get to shoot Nazis. Yay. Secret night vision early. Game crashed from punching Nazi. Stealth is surprisingly reasonable and fun. I'm crawling through the metro like a magic gnome, and my one spell is ball-bearing murder blast. I really hate this car section. Don't put me on rails in this game. Turrets suck hard.
Yep.
The fucking stalkers suck. Hate those little bitches. Hope they burn in hell. Very few points where I feel like I don't have control. Melee is the slowest, clunkiest, most painful experience in the game. There's 1 second delay to actually perform it, and then it takes forever to fully do the animation. Flesh tunnel, flesh
And it
tunnel,
doesn't even
flesh
do
tunnel,
enough
flesh
damage.
tunnel. I do actually like shotguns. The bi-gun is so cool.
The bike gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used that at the end too.
Bicycle crank shotgun, that is the funniest fucking weapon.
Takes
I'll
forever
read
to
my
reload,
notes
though.
because I actually took some this time.
Do it.
So mine was Metropolitan. Settings kind of suck. I expected this. Lighters burn webs. All hail 2014 game design. Enemy design is very cool. Stock revolver sound effects. Homo Novus. Trip to Riga. Genuinely nerve-wracking. Spooky. I don't like being alone. Sad face. Demons are mean. Infinite death loop. I think you might have a complete understanding of what happened. Genuinely can't fix this.
Demons are mean.
Demons are mean.
So
Yeah, I got Yoda backpacked by a demon like 3 times in a row.
yeah, they like to do that.
Backpack.
So I forgot. I also tried to come up with a funny name for mine.
Yeah.
I have a
don't
funny
usually
name
do
too.
it. What's yours? Would you name yours?
Fallout Moscow.
You know what I called mine?
Uh,
I called mine Mike Rowe.
Oh,
It's a dirty job.
Dirty
Someone's
job.
gotta do it.
Someone's gotta do it. Mike Rowe. What are you? 30? Micro.
Mike
penis?
wrote.
oh.
Let's see. I got lots of other lines I liked from other people.
I can speed read my notes.
Do it.
So it's Fallout Moscow. Shotgun's better for mutants. Minimal HUD is cool. Learned to charge flashlight too late. Didn't know there was actually stealth mechanics. Kill versus knockout? Question mark. Stock revolver noises. Stock drinking noises.
I love it,
Turret
everybody.
controls like ass.
Yeah.
Child makes me control like ass. If it is hostile, kill it. That's a trophy I got at the end of the game. I dropped the bombs. Am I the baddie? And become true ranger was another trophy I got at the end.
Yes.
I'm still very unclear about the spooky ghost things. I don't understand them.
You can
Basically,
even beat the game and you still don't understand them.
No, I don't.
basically, it is the classic. It is the classic.
Is it actually
a lot
the
of
ghosts of dead people, or
yes.
oh,
It-
I was thinking it was something different than that.
No, it the way it's explained is it's the classic. A lot of fucked up things happened down here. A lot of pain was felt, and that just kind of manifests now.
Yeah.
That experience was bad enough that that pain rotted the land in that area, basically.
Yeah. It dips into spirituality a little bit because Russia has like a strong history with spirituality.
I really hated
Weird to
that
think
part
that
where the
we-
child was on my back. I fell into so many holes.
I didn't think he altered how you controlled,
No,
but
he
his
does.
callouts were useless.
No, he makes you walk slow and more screen wobbly.
He morbs you.
God, I hope not.
I liked the ammo being a currency, the military grade ammo being a
Yes.
currency, but also in emergency for any like rifle, you can switch to it and be like, I need to shoot this right now.
Now I have to ask, did any of you steal the ammo out of that guitar dude's hat?
No.
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 Oh,
I accidentally did it, and then I reloaded because I felt bad.
I did save all of those types of ones that I ran into though. Did you help the sick boy at the beginning of the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you help the
There
starving
was a
men
sick
in the
boy?
next area?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a
I got an achievement for it.
yeah, there's a dad who is like, my son is starving. Can we please get food? Did you take the ammo from the mother?
No.
No.
I did.
No.
I needed it.
No. I
didn't
never
know I
had a
could.
shortage because I only ever used my ball bearing gun until I ran out of ball bearings, and then I had a shotgun.
Yeah, I needed that shit.
I did steal steal ammo from every locker I came across, though.
So here's the funny thing about the holes you brought up, Fancy.
Mm-hmm.
I never fell into them. I willingly went in one. I was like, what does this do?
I
Yeah,
wonder
those
if
are where
this
the little
will kill me.
annoying dudes come from.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, immediately, I'm being dragged in, and the game ends. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm dead.
That part where
wonder
you're
if this
carrying the
death
kid,
pit
they
will
purposely
death pit
put
me.
those around everywhere so
Yeah.
you would.
Yeah, that area is what made me hate the little stalker dudes because they pop out of those holes all over the place.
I
Yep.
hated them earlier than that in the train station. And like,
They didn't show up enough to be as much of a problem to me in that part. So I didn't hate them as
Turns
much.
out they
then.
really don't like shotguns.
Yeah, I noticed that.
the double barrel shotgun was my favorite gun in the game.
I swapped it for the Shambler, and then
So did
later I
I.
swapped the Shambler for the Bi-Gun.
So did I.
Because the Bi-Gun's just better than the Shambler in literally every way.
My loadout was I had the double barrel shotgun and the P90, and then I traded the
Hey.
P90 for the railgun.
I did not like the P90 in this game.
Me neither, which is why when I saw the railgun, I
So-
was like, hell yeah.
Fun fact, that's not a P90. I mean, it looks like one.
No, that's
but
just what the game's trying to make it look like.
yeah, it's like what is it, like the AK-2030 or something like that.
Oh. The question now becomes, did any of you get the heatsink for the bastard gun to quote-unquote fix its main issue?
No. I dropped that thing as soon as I got the AK.
Yes.
Does it actually make it any better,
I
Love?
don't know.
Why'd you say me? I didn't get it.
Oh, I thought you were the one that said yeah. I thought
No,
one of you
I-
said yeah.
No one said yeah.
No one likes that gun. Everyone dropped it.
I used it
Okay.
for a while. I used it for a good while. Like, I got rid of the revolver before I got rid of it.
You chose poorly.
You
No, because
chose
I
poorly.
dropped the revolver for the ball.
Well, the
bearing
revolver
gun.
has like the revolver is one that kind of can make you.
I converted the revolver into a little carbine with a
I did too.
silencer.
It can make you falsely believe that it's a decent gun because it kind of two shots the dogs, but like
I used the shotgun on the dog.
it doesn't have that amazing of range. And yeah, sure, two shots dogs, but so does the bastard gun.
So here was why I got rid of the revolver. The ball bearing gun that I like not only fills that same like mid to long range role that the revolver does when you upgrade it into a carbine, but it is also fully automatic. If you just hold the trigger, it goes full auto.
What?
Yeah. It's less powerful and you'll have to repump it faster, but yeah, the ball bearing gun can be full auto.
I didn't know. Could you take the ball bearing gun into airsoft?
No.
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 As my notes pointed out, turns out most things do not survive a ball bearing to the skull. Because it's like a 30 mil, like it's like a big ass fucking ball bearing.
Yeah.
I'll show you my ball bearings.
Another part of the game I wasn't. It's not that it was bad, But there was a convenience that happened in the game that I found too convenient to be able to look over, and that is the old man. My note reads this way: it's really convenient to get a new leader every 3 seconds after one dies, and that this one was here when the and he was there when the war in the tunnels took place, and he was the only survivor, and therefore is the only way I'd be able to get out because the
Yeah.
ghosts are in the way.
Yeah, I think he points out that like something spiritual told him to be there, but that is very convenient.
Yeah, it's just like, wow, good thing I ran into you.
The one sole person that could actually do anything fucking
Yeah.
useful.
Otherwise, I would have just walked down there and got hit by a ghost train.
And then you would have been a part of the ghost train.
Yeah,
Then you would have been a fucking Rick and Morty character, and nobody wants that.
no one wants to be part of a ghost train. Another gate,
Nobody
or
just
another
used the
another
ghost
gate.
train.
Another note that I had was I like how every metro station has its own gate style
Yes.
that fits its theme of what it's supposed to be. Like obviously the first one you see that's not your own is the bandits that don't like bourbon. Theirs is a giant heavy door that's not meant to be opened all that often, and it's made to be more of we have a sky bridge for shooting at whatever's at the door.
Yeah.
And then the next one is the communists. Their door is smaller and seems to be able to be open easier, but what you don't realize is the struts for opening it is outside, which means if something happened inside, you would not be able to push your way out. You are stuck in there. Once you're in there, you have to be let out. You cannot escape.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Every other one, like the why am I forgetting what these are, what that part is called? The parts that slide that are full of like coolant and oil and
Hydraulics.
hydraulics. Thank you. Yeah, the hydraulics on that one are outside instead of inside, so you've got pressure constantly pushing in, so people can't escape once they're in. Yeah, just stuff like that. Along with that, I like all of the train carts that you ride in. Most of them.
Did you like the turret that controls weird?
No.
No.
I liked the idea of it, but the turret controls are trash.
Yes.
So I have a big note about them, and it kind of turns to a rant because one of them I hate. I like the multiple car types, the classic hand car design with the crank. Then there's one that is that same thing but with a little motor. Then there's the 4-wheeler quad dune buggy style.
Could we,
what?
given all the trains, could we just refer to this as autistic fallout?
No.
No.
Oh.
No.
I veto that one.
There'd have to be more than one train that isn't dead all the time. The fact that one shows up working is like, holy shit.
Also, they can't all be the same model of train.
Yeah.
I was just making a train joke.
I know, and you got vetoed.
Fuck
vetoed,
you.
bitch. But yeah, every single one has its purpose. You have, just like military vehicles, you have the crank one for a shorter distance. You have the same one that is meant to move a lot of troops, but motorized for longer trips. The quad style is a single person, but has a big bumper on the front, and that is for pushing carts up and down the track that are broke or got stuck. That is a single man you send out to retrieve the one that broke down. All of them make sense. Even the one with the turret, it makes sense why you would want an armored one when you have a war happening on the tracks. But the turret controls terribly. The one that I don't like though is the 2-seater, where the driver is on a motorcycle. That one exists just to look like it's a motorcycle with a sidecar, and it does not make sense why it would waste the materials on making a 2-person cart like that.
Well, it's like a repurposed motorcycle and sidecar, I think.
The fact Did you notice that one has 3 wheels? It has 3 casters
No.
instead of 1 at every corner. Yeah, that's how far into the bike with the sidecar they went. The side that you set on with the sidecar, you're on 1 wheel. It's terrible. That thing is terrifying, and I hate it. Yeah, that one's 3-wheeled even. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense because the motorcycle part could have been used to make another single person one. Earlier, we even see a better 2-person one that is just 2 normal carts with like a bigger bed on it. This
Yeah.
one is for hauling 2 people and nothing else. And it doesn't make sense why you would waste the. Just wait until you find another caster and make something else.
I wonder if it goes like fast or something.
Considering I only saw it once in the game, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we don't really get like a clear opportunity to know.
Oh, another thing is with the buggies, they would never work. All these trains would never work. For the casters on trains, I don't know if you know this, but they're ever so slightly tapered.
Mhm.
They are not in this game. They're flat.
Oh no.
They would not make
No corners. As soon as you brought that up, I knew what that was gonna mean.
Yeah, and it's super obvious because even when they're modeled and just stuck on a corner, it's like one of these wheels are off the tracks. Yeah, no, none of them can take a corner. Take a corner.
Cat.
Fancy's gone, but one thing I was going to say is I actually said
I'm back.
I personally think thank God the kid sat on my shoulders.
Why?
Instead of an escort mission.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
It could have
Yeah.
been worse. I would prefer it to not, but it introduced a way to possibly get ammo. Also, if you are trying to go for the good ending, you want to say no to the ammo. So you have to find. So because of that, they had to find a way for you to save the kid. Is it an escort mission? Probably not. Have him on your shoulders and whispering in your ears. It is better. Prefer the kid not to be there, but it is better than it could have been. Or it is better than it could have been a lot. I think the librarians are dumb. And I this is coming from someone who was able to kill 5 of the 7. It's mostly because
unnecessarily, but yeah.
For me, they just kept re-aggroing on me. I could not deal with them. I just had to kill them.
That has to have been a bug.
It had to have been, but only 2 of them actually officially was like, "Okay, you're fine," and then they walked away.
God.
Other ones would be like, "Okay, you're fine." They turn around, walk away, and then immediately turn back around like, "The fuck did you say to me?" And then start hitting me. It's like, what? I've been standing here. I didn't do anything. I didn't move. Yeah, they just turn around like, you talking to me? I think you're talking to me.
You're holding out on me.
Keep my wife.
You're
Yeah,
walking out
no,
on me.
you walking out on me. They got dangerously close to aggroing on me a couple of times. I was so nervous. I was like holding my breath almost when they're getting closer to me. I'm like, oh, please.
Also, did they get their name because they're only found in libraries?
No.
Then
No,
why
the
are they called
name comes
librarians?
from you're supposed to be quiet around them
Okay, then what?
and sneak around.
Okay, I
Because
can
librarians
see that,
go, shh, be quiet.
but you didn't then have to put them in a library.
No, I think it's funny that they're in a
I
library.
think it's cringe.
Well,
I think you're cringe.
However, something I first thought was cringe, but I have just turned out to think, no, it's funny, is at the end of the library, you find the wall of boxes. You're like, okay, I need to find this. 6D paperwork.
yep.
And you start at like box 3000 and slowly work your way across the other room to find box 6D. Inside of box 6D, you find a piece of paperwork called 6D. And that's the thing. At first, I was like, that's stupid. But I just realized, like, okay, each of you would have not known that 6D meant the paperwork and the box. He was just looking for the paper, and he knew it would be in there.
Yeah.
It is in the past an idiot put the paperwork in the box with the same name, which is hilarious. The fact that he took the important 6D documents and put it in box number 6D. It's like, what are you doing?
I do love that. Like, I like how realistic it is that he did not immediately find the correct box right away.
Yeah.
And so he's sitting there opening and closing, and you can tell he gets more frustrated as it goes on.
Yeah.
Because he just starts fucking slamming them shut.
Just to realize, fuck, it's in 6D. Of fucking course it is. God. When I saw this, I wrote the joke down. This makes me want to find a place that has a wall locker of over 1,000, just so I could rent box number 911 and have a photo of one of the planes sitting in the tower, and I just pay it to have that picture there.
Oh god,
that's what it felt like, getting to box 6D to find the 6D paperwork. It's like, come on. What
Do you think 9/11 happened in the Fallout universe?
Yeah.
I don't think it did because they
No.
diverge before
Yeah,
cathodes.
by
exist.
that, yeah. So by that time, they probably didn't even get to the point where they could make. I don't know if the Twin Towers. Here's a history fact for you, and a building fact. The only reason the Twin Towers fell was it was a new type of building that we had just recently developed. We had other planes hit towers before, and they had not fallen, which is why everyone was pretty chill until they fell. That's why they were told to stay inside the building, because we had never had a tower fall because a plane hit it. This was a new type of building that all of the structure was on the outside of the building, and all of the office floors were completely open, and there was no structure inside. It was a giant floor, and you could see completely through all of it. All of the structure was on the outside. It was like this tube frame all the way out, all the way around it. So when a plane goes through that, all of a sudden, half of a corner of the building is missing a structure. So because of that, I don't know if that building is even, if the Twin Towers are even possible to build in the Fallout universe, because they had not gotten to that point yet to build that style of office building.
Well, they kind of seem like they've surpassed that by this point.
In some ways, both their construction and technology is simultaneously more advanced than ours, but deeply rooted in like the 50s.
I mean, yeah, it's 50s retrofuturism.
Well, it's more than like, because it's all technology. The idea, they never, the reason they're still using the tubes is because they never, like, cathodes were not a thing.
Oh yeah.
Like, there are some technologies that they just never got to, and so they just had to work around it not existing.
Yeah, so I genuinely don't know if 9/11 happened in the Fallout universe. I have a suspicion no, because it took us all the way to 2000 to the late 90s to realize, oh, we could build a tower with no structure on the inside.
And then it took us a little after that to realize that was a bad idea.
Yeah, it only took about 10 more years to realize. Actually, I think they were built in the 70s, but still. The government got into renting real estate, and then Bin Laden said, stop that.
Bin Laden was just very forward thinking about housing developments. That's all it was.
Clearly. I don't want to say that.
I'm not gonna condone what I just said, by the way. I will not stand by that.
Well, it was going to be worse. I was about just to unironically say as a joke, but I realized it's even a bad joke. I was gonna be like, you know what, Bin Laden was right.
No.
That's what I was like, you know what? No. But I was going to say the joke was going to be, he knew that we would be too focused on renting apartments and stuff and taking away single family homes. So he tried to stop it. That was his plan all along.
He just wanted to crash the market with a nice B&B.
Well, it definitely was an Airbnb. God, I love that we got.
We're going to hell, aren't we?
Dark 9/11 jokes. It's great. I love this
Uh,
community. Is that against TOS?
what?
9/11
God, I
jokes.
hope not.
We'll find out.
I've kind of talked about everything. I've talked about all the things I don't like. For the most part, the rest of the game I actually really like. There's just a couple conveniences of there's a guy behind me. There's a communist behind me. There's a communist in front of me. I jump off the rail. I disappear into the one door on this wall, and they never find me. Wow,
Well,
good thing I met into you, Ghost Man. I would have died.
I will rate this game.
Do it.
It is a solid high C tier.
Whoa.
I see. Don't
C.
get too crazy.
It's a decent game. It's a decent game. However, its flaws do hold it back. For me, at least. It's a game, because I rate them kind of based off of replayability. I don't see myself going back to this game. Because I don't want to have to play through the whole mission again.
Yeah, I almost feel like it'd be harder to play, but you might find it more fun to play the original with the level split up more.
Yeah.
Now I wish I wasn't
I think the
talking
game
to
is
playing
good.
the Redux. I feel like I should have played the old one. This is why we need the me who's like, I'll play the worst version, the older version.
Well,
learn
yeah,
these
but
differences.
in the case of the Redux, like,
It was on super sale at the time.
yeah, it was the most convenient option.
For the price of one Metro 2033 on eBay, I got all 3 games and the newest games DLC. Fancy, what do you rate Metro 2033?
I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to playing the next one if anyone recommends it, or if I just play it on my own time.
I have a feeling we will eventually.
So I might hold off on it then. I
You
will
could
give
even
it.
recommend it.
That's true. I will give it a B.
A B. Wulfryk. Oh, what do you rate the game?
I was also planning on giving it a B. I think for the most part,
Blah.
gameplay feels pretty good. This is the 3rd time I've played it officially, but I didn't remember most of it the last 2 times. I just remembered vague details like flesh tunnel.
No. To be more accurate, it's it's kind of a flesh tunnel, and then it's a flesh tunnel, and then it's a flesh room, and then it's a flesh nuclear fucking reactor. It just slowly builds up to, this is terrifying. This is horrible.
And it's all technically possible in the real world.
Hooray.
I love that.
Enjoy the giant dog-sized amoebas. But yeah, no, I think for the most part it was enjoyable. A few things were worse than I would like and a little clunky, but overall, I still think it was an enjoyable experience.
I agree. I'm also going to give this game a B. I really enjoyed my time. It has its problems, most of which are in the writing. And it's not even that bad. It's just there's a couple points where you're like, really? This game doesn't have a somehow Palpatine returned. There's nothing terrible. There's no they fly nows, you know?
I mean, I did make that joke when I saw the demons. Like, oh,
Turns out Artyom has the Force.
Artyom was the true Last Jedi.
Just like Padme.
I do like the fact
What
that
are you talking about?
The joking about about like the people complaining about Padme using the Force that one time.
You mean Leia?
Leia. Why did I say Padme?
I don't know.
Padme's her mom.
Oh, I'm not a huge Star Wars nerd. I get names mixed up sometimes. I'm sorry.
It's not that she used the Force. She had used the Force many times, but because she was untrained or very lightly trained, it was more like she could sense when people die. She could sense when people were in trouble, when people were coming, right? She can use the Force. And then all of a sudden she was able to Mary Poppins her way out of death.
See,
By
yeah, because
flying.
I've seen that scene. I've seen that scene on Twitter of her just like whoop, right back to the ship that
Yep.
she got blasted out of. That's my only that is the only Star Wars controversy where I was like, yeah, that just looks stupid. I agree that this is dumb.
And they should have killed her because that actress was dead at that point. They should
Yep.
have killed her. It would have
Yeah.
been a sad but character defining moment for Kylo Ren to do it. And then they took it away, and then we got a movie where she was talking with her back to the camera the whole time. She was dead.
Yeah, she's dead.
And
Let
then-
her rest in peace.
I'll never forget that. She's like, I know what I need to do. She walks away, and it's like, okay, what, you didn't tell us anything. What do you need to do? And I forget her name, but the Yoda of that series, the orange lady,
Maz or whatever.
yeah, Maz Kanata, that's it. She looks at the camera and goes, "Oh no, I think it's Leia literally just walks away mumbling, and Maz Kanata just looks at the camera and goes, she knows what she needs to do." It's like, yeah, she can't talk about it herself because they have no lines. She's dead. People are talking on her behalf now.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny that I guessed at what I thought I remembered her name being, and then you immediately knew her full name.
Yeah, it was. See, this
It's
is
a
the thing.
Maz.
It's Maz Kanata. Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah.
things where I get shit on for not being a Star Wars fan. I fucking you pronounced it wrong, and I was able to pull it out of my ass. Like, oh yeah, no, you're actually close. It's
Yeah.
Maz
Well,
Kanata.
I do not judge you. Like,
Remember when she had Luke
I have no
Skywalker's fucking lightsaber for no reason? And we
Yeah,
never
no
learned
one knows
why?
how she got that.
They were like, we're gonna learn how she got that later, and then we never did.
She was
Everyone-
wandering Dagobah and just tripped over it.
no, she
It
was
Cloud City. It fell
yeah,
down.
she was like in the vents of Cloud City or something.
Yeah.
All right, I think that wraps it up.
Game. What's the next game?
Oh
what's
yeah,
the next
I would relive childhood. You know,
What is
we're
the game?
gonna be playing Need for Speed Most Wanted, 2005, from on the PS2.
I might still have that on the Xbox.
That is, for anyone who's listening who thinks that one sounds familiar, that is the one with the famous gray and blue BMW everyone loves.
So now I have to ask.
yes.
We have
Most
we have an
Yeah.
emulator for that, right?
yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it's on PS2.
I
It is
might
an
have it
easier
on-
emulator to run.
I might have it on Xbox, but there's no guarantee I could even set up my Xbox. So.
Yeah. It's on GameCube and PS2. It's on older consoles that are easier to emulate. You should have no problem being able to play it.
Okay.
I will warn you, it is not on Steam. They rebooted it.
I was gonna say I have that version.
Yeah, it's not nearly as good. It's from like 2017. They've just renamed a new
It's
game.
not from 2017. I'm
It's
looking at the
something like
store page right now. It's 2012.
Oh, it's even older than I
Need for
fucking
Speed
thought.
Most Wanted, a Criterion game, 2012.
Oh yeah, that was even before Ghost tried and then died.
Yes.
Damn. Shit. Anyway, Need for Speed Most Wanted. This is the famous game with the funny live action acting and stuff. We're gonna have a great time.
I was gonna say I'm actually excited for this.
Love's been wanting a racing game, so here it is. Here's a race game.
Hell yeah. This is a game I played as a kid but I never beat. So
Same.
yeah, this is going to be hopefully I can
So-
beat it and I can learn
We're
it.
doing a racing game this time. The next game needs to be a racist game.
No.
We can finally play the robot game that Fancy recommended. Then we restarted the series and never did.
What?
What is it?
I don't remember the robot game.
Detroit Become Human.
Detroit?
We did play it. We
Mm.
just never did
Yeah.
an episode.
I never played it. I never.
You never
played
played it?
it. No.
I'm not playing it again.
Well, I never played it.
You could literally here's the problem with Detroit. You could literally watch somebody play it and you've got the full experience.
I
You could make different choices.
I had a better experience watching other people play it.
I have Heavy
agree.
Rain on
It
my
makes a
desk
better
right now.
movie
We
than
could
a
play
game.
that instead.
Because I've also played it myself, and again,
Sean!
Shot. I own that physically.
okay, you know
I'm looking
what?
at it right now.
Instead, we could do an episode where we each play a Telltale game, a different one, and then talk
No, we
about
all
it.
have to play Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain, The Wolf Among Us,
Heavy Rain.
Heavy
is not
Rain's
enough.
not
Detroit Become
Telltale.
Human. Heavy Rain is practically a
It's
Telltale.
the same kind of game,
Yeah.
but it's not Telltale.
I wouldn't even say
Until
it's the
Dawn.
same kind of game.
Actually, I think Until Dawn's the best of all of
I
them.
really don't care what you'd say personally.
Well, and it's because when I think of Telltale, I think of the structured. They have
The
chapters
Walking
that
Dead.
release over time. Heavy Rain is a game that you bought day one and you had all of it. It is a full
I'd say
game.
Life is Strange, but as much as I liked playing through that game, the ending burned me on it so hard that I hate it.
I don't think The Wolf Among Us had chapters like that though.
I
Where it
think
released
they
periodically.
It was all
retired
one
the
thing.
chapter system.
Okay.
Yeah,
So chapters
because
were
Detroit
later
also
to-
doesn't have chapters that released on separate dates.
That's because, again, that's not a Telltale game. That's a David Cage game. Just
Yeah, it's
like,
the same type of game though. Same gameplay loop.
I would probably say that for the most part, I have more respect for Telltale games.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I guarantee that if we played every David Cage game, and then we played the Telltale the Borderlands one they did, I bet we'd have more fun with the Borderlands one. Tales of the Borderlands. I guarantee we'd have more fun with that game just immediately.
Okay, but now I'm just realizing that I think Tiny Tina's it might just be old enough that we
It
could
is.
start suggesting it.
The new one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's over a year old now. I own it.
I own it too. I just have no excuse to play it.
Tiny
it's
Tina's
fine.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that game's
That's
almost
the
2
general
years old.
consensus.
For as much as like it had character customization and stuff,
It is over 2 years old.
It was just kind of a boring game. I'm gonna be real.
Okay, speaking of games that people forget how old they are, Dragon Age Inquisition's like almost like 10 years old.
I own it.
It's good.
Never played
Except
it.
for it, the only downside to the game is how much time wasting is in there, which is why I'd say honestly, play it on PC, find mods to get rid of the power and the war menu. Genuinely, it would make the game significantly more enjoyable if they didn't have so many time gates.
Oh god.
Or if they just made it to where when you do war table stuff that it is received immediately. Because why should I have to wait 12 hours in a game? And I can't, like, it's not even like a mobile game. I paid $60 for this game.
Yeah.
Why am I waiting 12 hours for some bees? That's, by the way, that's a real mission.
Not
I think
the
it's that is a real mission where you can send one of your Inquisition allies out to receive a weapon, which is basically just a potion that's a bottle full of bees that you can throw at your
I love
opponent.
the potion of bees.
Yeah, potion of bees. You just yeet it at people. But yeah, that is my biggest complaint with Dragon Age Inquisition is how much time wasting there is. What do you mean I need to wait 4 hours to access this open world area that I just spent the power to unlock?
Get fucked.
Yeah.
So yeah, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I'm excited.
Super excited.
Are you excited to go back to the era of Brown?
Yeah.
Oh.
The
I have
brown
mixed feelings.
happening.
So here's the thing, and I will warn you, this is a little spoiler for the discussion we're going to have. I forgive it because this was one of the first games to do it. This is the game that got really popular and made the next generation of consoles the Brown console. They did it first, so therefore, like when you look back, yes, it's Brown like everything else was for the next 10 years. But it was one of the first. This was like a specific style that they wanted to go for. It wasn't
Does the game
just
take
let's
place
be
in
brown.
Mexico?
No,
No.
So it's not like the movie trope.
No, it takes place in like I forget exactly where, but it's just meant to be more of a realistic, dirty racing game.
It's like an
Uh,
LA, San Francisco kind of place.
Yeah, and it's just
Oh.
90s San Francisco or something. So it's just kind of a dirty city, and the aesthetic is like graffiti and stuff. So it's just meant to be more of a grittier quote unquote racing game. But it did
Can
so
we give
well
5
that
points to Mexico?
5 points to Mexico. Let's go.
We
I'm
stand
down.
Mexico.
Good job, Mexico. You didn't pay for that wall. They turned that shit down. One of my favorite co-workers is Mexican, and I love him so much. He's so good. He comes in, and every single time, it's funny because he calls everyone else amigo, but he comes up to me and calls me homie, and from him, it's very funny. And he's like very Hispanic. You have to. I love him, but it is like, okay, when I talk to him, I have to really focus because he has an accent.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's not that it's his accent. It's just very thick. When you're actually like, I have to really focus on because it's mostly my ADHD. I have to really focus. Like, okay, it's not him. His English is fine. It's just my ADHD and his accent makes a wall, and I need to
You
focus
built
on.
the wall?
It makes one.
No, no,
You
not that
paid for the
wall.
wall?
No, I'm trying to tear down the wall made by his thick accent and my ADHD.
Oh, so it's his fault now, huh?
No, it's
Oh,
mine.
so he
I'm
built the wall.
no, it's mine. I'm acknowledging.
He
this
paid for the
shit.
wall. How dare he?
We met and there was already a wall there, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta get rid of this thing.
Just you, me, and this brick wall you built between us.
And, oh, I felt something hit my lower intestine.
It'll go
They
straight
were
to
made
your
at a bomb
thighs,
factory.
and then you blow
They're
up.
bomb.
5 points to Mexico. There we go. It's official.
The boy cries you a sweater of tears.
And you kill.
All right. Right before we stop, really quickly, points. I have
Oh
a whopping 18 points.
whopping.
Elaine,
Whop,
at the end of the
whop.
episode, has 28, except, no, they got their 1 extra point from bringing up Blade and Sorcery. So they are 29 points.
Road to 30. Hell yeah.
Surprise. Fancy has 27. And so does Wulfryk, except
Whoa.
Wulfryk, you got a point. Because
I brought up my secret thing.
yours was to talk about one of the guns and compare it to a real gun, and you did that with the P90. So you have 28 points.
What was mine?
What was the last
Halo.
What?
You got close with Destiny. You got close.
What?
I don't
I
know.
thought it was gonna be like Mortal Kombat.
No, I don't know why I gave it to you. I gave myself Cyberpunk, and there's no way for me to bring Cyberpunk into this shit.
Why?
could've- it
What
could've
would
happened.
I
We were talking
compare it
about
to
FPS.
Halo? There.
I don't. That's what I mean at the beginning. I was like, I don't know why I gave this to you.
That's not fair.
Listen, we both didn't get one. You aren't last.
I guess that's true. I'm
You're-
also not below cats.
You're
so-
third. You are above.
Everybody's
Cats.
below cats.
No. Oh yeah, everyone's below Cats now because they got 10 extra points this
Oh
episode.
no.
Everyone is losing to Cats.
At least it's
However,
realistic.
It's true.
Fancy, you are third. I am fourth. I am still 9 points behind you. So
Yikes.
all right. With that, I think that is it.
Yeah, I believe that's everything.
Cool. Thank you all for listening. We will be back in the next 2 weeks with I'm distracted. I'm so sorry. With Need for Speed. I so badly wanted to do Carbon on the City, but you know, I decided not to.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still really good at ending these. It's done now.